Chris love go too crazy. Chris love go too crazy.
Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard. Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard.
Yeah. Smoking dope, get my mind right. Wavy in the limelight, nose bleeding, eyes white. Diamonds in my highlights, wasting all your weed in the wood and your eyes white. Fucking stays out if I die bright. Rockin' Pine Club, gotta check my presentation. I'm supplying medication, hate to see my buyers waiting. Couldn't bond out at the station, had to reevaluate shit. Some things was to explain, but I'm here, congratulations. Good smoke from Portland, I'm a trailblaze. All smiley faces and pinky locks when the mail came. Send me booty pics if I go back to the jail cage. Need another clock, what I'm weighing, make my scale break.
Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard. Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard.
Somebody tell a waitress I'm ordering lobster. She was begging me to pop her, so I popped her. Wade Guard official, you can tell by his posture. I just signed new shooters to my rosters. I be feeling like I'm famous already. How they heard by brand new information y'all telling? Dead broke to any damn thing y'all selling. Got new hundreds on me right now, you can smell it. Found a new plug and bought a rollie. Bodies acting like they owe me. Guacamole and anchovies. Real nigga in your face. Fake shit, I don't condone it. Man, these bodies be baloney. On my person, it's some doty. Everything I'm dropping hard. Best dope up in the city. She like, wavy, come and get me. Send a kite if you miss me. Treat the third like the first. Got a meeting by some Benji. I ain't turning down nothing if it's in my best interest.
Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard. Running from the stars, you won't make it far. Rolling gas and it's a car. Everything I'm dropping hard.
Don't let me get my hands on the bag, no I'm running. I transform like a tadpole or something. Jumped out the water, had to switch shit up. Rent overdue, gotta stick shit up. Mini Michael Draco, lift shit up. Roll out, leave and get the pack out the back. My dog Easy said his flag matches hat. Bitch misbehave, just might leave you where you at. Don't let me get my hands on the bag, no I'm running. I transform like a tadpole or something. Jumped out the water, had to switch shit up. Rent overdue, gotta stick shit up. I be in my dreams smoking weed with Egyptians. Gotta bring your own blunt. Ancestors, I ain't friendly. I just post a pic of a moon like I'm this high. Junkie walk past, looking at my wristwatch. Call an ambulance, think the trunk having a seizure. Quick to ID you, my bapper don't like people. Call it what you want, I had my meat in the freezer. How come I was serving beamers, but couldn't get a beamer? Surveillance in the spot, boy this shit more than a pro kid. She was acting funny in the mix back in 06. Urbandale super wavy top 10. Looking like custodians or something. He got the mops in. Wave, I need another chance. Put me on the menu. Dashboard lit up with some shit I need to tend to. I'm a tweaker salesman, too explicit to be specific. You a sneaker flipper, always in people business. Don't let me get my hands on the bag, no I'm running. I transform like a tadpole or song. Jumped out the water, had to switch shit up. Rent overdue, gotta stick shit up. Don't let me get my hands on the bag, no I'm running. I transform like a tadpole or song. Jumped out the water, had to switch shit up. Rent overdue, gotta stick shit up. Out of bag, I politic. Grizzlo throwing solid kicks. New car got a body kit. They choosing, I ain't gotta pick. Urbandale membership, keep them out my business then. I can't let them take the scope. I likely get pencil wood. Working 2 cell phones, how we put his cell phone. Nigga 107, got equipment at the telly. Young, black, smart, and handsome, plus you smell me. Sliding in the duck off, I just got through watching Belly. Wrist always in the air, treated like a ribbon. How the hell you would've handled what I did in my position? I'm like Lincoln in my district, we ain't reppin' no religion. I ain't stuntin' none of these bitches, way God, new edition,
Don't let me get my hands on the bag, no I'm running. I transform like a tadpole or something. Jumped out the water, had to switch shit up. Rent overdue, gotta stick shit up. Mini Michael Draco, lift shit up. Roll out, leave and get the pack out the bag. My dog easy said his flag matches hat. Bitch misbehave, just might leave you where you at.
My dog, misbehave. Alright, man, y'all already know what the fuck going on. Y'all already know what's going on, man. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I just sent the link out, but I gotta run this commercial. I just sent the link out. The gang will be here in a minute. I gotta run this commercial. Now, if you're looking for some fly shit, you don't want these niggas dancing in your videos, spilling drink on your jacket. You don't want these niggas spilling drink on your white tee. Come to Pine Club. Welcome to Texas. Come to Pine Club. We're gonna get you right. Man, check out the website. A lot of merch, a lot of fly shit up in there. You know, come to Pine Club where everything is the highest. You ain't never seen this shit before. You ain't never seen a spaceship in H-Town dropping swingers. You ain't never see a spaceship invasion dropping swingers. You just ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So run the Pine Club, you know what I'm saying, apparel, PCA crew, .company, .site. You know what I'm saying? Type it up in your browser, you know, and for the fly shit. Alright, so we got this for all the gas smokers. This for all the gas smokers. You know what I'm saying? It's for all my gas smokers. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We get it in like that. We don't really play games with it. We plant lovers. We plant lovers at Bay. Oh, alright, let me drop the link. Mid say the one I sent ain't work. Alright, let me drop this link. As a matter of fact, let me double drop the link. Alright, so then we got the shirt with it. You know what I'm saying? So you get the Pine Club shirt to go along with it. Alright, Mid say the link that I dropped ain't working. So let me get that together. But yeah, man, Pine Club apparel, man. Y'all already know how we coming. Y'all already know how we stepping. Y'all know how we coming. You know how we stepping. It ain't a secret. It ain't a game.
All right, let me drop this link one more time. So we got this right here. This the one-stop shop shirt. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look at the calculator video, you go back and listen to the calculator song. I actually had said these bars right here at the bottom of the shirt. I actually said these bars down here. I'm the one known to get the block hot. Wi-Fi over thousands, we got a hot spot. Pine Club latest when I pop out. You know what I'm saying? So that's some lyrics from one of my songs. You know what I'm saying? So people probably like, what are those words you have on the back of that shirt, sir? What are those lyrics you have on the back of that shirt, sir? That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else we got to get to. What else we got to get to? Yeah, you got the Pine Club on the front of it. You know what I'm saying? So we heavy in the game. You know what I'm saying? Deep in the motion, deep in the range. You know what I'm talking about? Let me make sure I got this right. Got the gang, got my mid building. This was goody. Man, how you feel? How you feel after that? How you feel after that heavyweight matchup?
Just another day.
Just another day, huh? Just
Yeah, like I
another
said,
day.
that's not like I said, it's not my first time ever debating that topic. So
Overstood. So how you feel about how you feel about the when we look at the Dead Sea Scrolls, Manasseh, um, Sergio, when he be going in on when he be going in, he talk about how the Dead Sea Scrolls don't have a author of the text. We don't know who wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls. Do we? Is that a fact?
that's I don't know. I think that's just it's a straw man, or in my opinion, it's a straw man or a weak argument. That's like asking who wrote the Silver Scrolls or all these scrolls that the Bible was put together with. You know what I'm saying? It's like who was the actual author? That's I don't know, man. To me, stuff like that is just like it's kind of ridiculous.
Or you feel like that's like an argument that nobody know?
Well, I wouldn't say nobody. You know, saying the most common belief will be, like they said, the Zadok high priest. So whoever, and this is why when they were discussing it, I was telling them, I was like, you know, that you can go on Google and you can look up the listing of the high priest of Israel and just go around that same time period that the Dead Sea Scrolls were supposedly found. You know what I mean, or written, and you can make at least an educational guess of a couple of high priests that you could probably name that wrote it.
Okay. Okay. What do you, Uncle said in the building? What's good, Uncle said?
Peace, peace, peace. What it do? I saw the debate. I watched the whole debate. I was in the bushes. I was, ah, and I stayed in the bushes. It was interesting to say the least. It was entertaining as hell. It was it, uh,
Hey, them rebuttal rounds. Hey, them rebuttals. Hey, back rebuttals.
ah, um, it was interesting to see every logical fallacy on display. I watched one presentation based completely, one side based completely in post hoc rationalization and shoehorn fallacy, and the other side was misappropriating, doing the conjecture thingy. It was interesting to watch how two individuals using a particular document that geographically nor historically has anything whatsoever to do with neither of their origins and or cultures other than post colonialism introduced by the Spanish and the Portuguese in the age of discovery, by means of the paper boat. To hear arguments as if this text has any bearing on their existence. I mean, authors like Richard C. Miller. I mean, these are scholars. It is clear that the engagement with this document is not coming from an analytical perspective or a genuine historical perspective. It is coming from a belief perspective, and where that is concerned, there are thousands of perspectives on the Bible, and it can be anything you want it to be, because it is religion, quote unquote. It is made up, and because there is no factual basis for this document, anyone and everyone can make it into what they want. I mean, Joseph Smith of the Latter-day Saints, he decided that Jesus came to America, right? and that's a whole religion in itself, right? So again, the exercise was fun to see how they engage, but fundamentally, I can't declare a winner. Both premises was based in logical fallacies. One was conjecture driven, and the other was pure 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 shoehorning and post hoc rationalization. And I would love for people to guess which one is which.
Uncle said, "Wow, Suki, what's goody? Misery, you wanna Misery, you got something to say?"
Hey, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny saying that right there.
I would
Hold
just
up,
say
hold up.
this. You know what I'm saying? Is like to hear what a so-called atheist has to say is like hilarious to us. That's what I'm saying. I find it funny that he likes to mock the Bible and all these things is all fairy tales and stuff like that. But the thing is that brothers like you and atheists like you have to deal with the simple fact that there are billions of people on this earth that believe what we believe. Okay,
Appeal
we
to
are the
numbers.
majority. Sir, I'll let
Appeal
you
to
talk for like
numbers.
7 minutes.
There was a time in
Shut your
history
Canaanite
when
ass up.
everyone thought
Shut your Canaanite ass
the
up.
world was
You see,
flat.
Wavy, I'm telling you, I'm
All
going to
right,
stop
all
coming
right,
on your
all right,
show
all right.
if you do not control your panel. I always show respect, but these fucking
Yeah, y'all
monkeys
gotta let
never
Misery
fucking show
talk.
respect back.
Yeah, y'all gotta let Misery get his
Fuck
piece
this
out.
shit, bro. I'm
Uncle
telling
said,
you, it's the
Yeah,
same shit over and over again, bro.
come on, say it, man. You gotta be quiet, dog. Let Misery get his piece off,
That's
man.
what I'm
Stop
saying.
interrupting
I
that
have to be
man.
quiet and listen to your fucking spew for fucking 7 minutes. I had to sit here and listen to your bitch ass fucking talk shit. You have to swallow the fucking pill. It's your turn to swallow the pill, and you can't handle it. But you want to talk about who's being emotional. People who interrupt people, those are the emotional ones. I can control my emotions. When it's your turn to speak, I will allow you to speak. When you try to speak over me, when you try to speak over me, the people who are listening can understand. You know what that's causing? That's causing confusion. You're trying to confuse people. You don't want people to hear the other side. So again, back to what I was saying, like I don't really care what atheists have to view about this. At the end of the day, we are the majority. You are the very, very small minority. So this topic that we discussed last night is very important because, like I said, I've had not the first time I had this debate about some South Africa. I've had a debate where other Black Hebrew Israelites talk about was Ethiopia. I had discussion with 2 rabbis, okay, about this topic, okay, and many other Old Testament believers about this certain topic. So it's not just, we're coming with this fallacy. Brother, this is a biblical discussion. You should just keep your opinions out of it because you do not believe. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I can agree that, you can have your opinion. Yeah, sure. But don't act like, you guys talking about some fairy tale shit. Well, you know what? Billions of people upon this earth believe in this fairy tale, sir. Now you can respond.
I appreciate
Appeal
you, Uncle
to
Steve.
numbers, appeal to numbers is a logical fallacy where one argues that something is true or correct simply because a large number of people believe in it. The fallacy is known as the argument ad populum or the bandwagon fallacy. The logic behind this fallacy is flawed because popularity does not necessarily equate to truth or validity. I rest my case.
Hey, Silk. I seen you trying to
So-
jump in.
so-
Go ahead, Silk.
So when you rebuttal to the fact that your whole premise was based in a logical fallacy, and your rebuttal is again based in a logical fallacy, need I say
It's not a
more?
logical fallacy. It's a logical fallacy to a non-believer, to you, but to billions of people, it is real. At the end of the day, you can't change that fact. That's what you guys are so mad at. You know what you guys are trying to do? Y'all trying to be like the black sheep and shit. And try to be different from everybody else. Oh, this is all fake. So what? But the numbers don't lie. So the topic that me and the brother had yesterday was a biblical topic. Now, if we were talking about science, then yes, you can have all your opinions all you want and stuff like that. But if you do not even subscribe to the belief, like I said, your opinion really doesn't matter to the believers. What you're saying is not going to convert believers. Oh yeah, said fairy tales. Oh man, I must just stop believing in God. That's not going to happen, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you say that was so profound that's going to make people convert? You're not. But the thing is, the difference between people like me, you, or even y'all, the people that I be debating, is that yes, I have converted hundreds of people. What have you or these guys ever convert anybody to anything? What movements have you guys started? Like, if you know about me, sir, you will know that I am the most hated when it comes to this Black Hebrew Israelite movement. They all hate my guts to the point where they have made fake YouTube accounts, fake Facebook accounts, fake Instagram accounts, all of that, sir. They have a no contact order. They have a no contact order on me. They are not even allowed to debate me anymore. Okay, so when you talk about that's who you are dealing with, sir. That is who you are dealing with. You're dealing with an individual that these people have a hatred that they try to spread lies about me. They threaten my family, my kids.
Okay. I feel the sympathy that you want me to feel, what you want me to say. Again, so I just read what an appeal to numbers is and how that is a logical fallacy. And he doubles down. So he's insisting that what he is engaging in is illogic and irrational. And you can see that in the way he expresses himself, because I was merely commenting on the premises of the debate. And he goes on this rant, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't come on these panels to ever try to convert or convince anybody of anything. I simply give a logical and a methodological naturalist perspective on these biblical claims. Right? There is no need for all the emotions, and I'm by no means would I attempt to convert anyone to anything. I am simply illustrating the reasons and the grounding for why these premises are irrational, illogical, and don't actually make any sense. And again, if I would ask you, what was the time frame in which the Jews manifested themselves in the Yucatan? And what was the language that the Bible or the text was given in to the people in the Yucatan? And where do we have the evidence for that? You see how easy the debate would end?
I think I think he had froze up. Go ahead,
Because we know the language, although it is hard to decipher. We have the script of the Mayans and the Incas. These are the progenitors of the people there today. We have the history, we have the genetic evidence as to how and when these populations emerged in the Americas. So uh, uh, there is no belief that is going to supplant actual evidence. You can shoehorn and you can create arguments, and these arguments can sound as logical as
You can hear me now?
possible. Still,
Yeah, brothers, hear me
that
now?
doesn't provide any evidence for these claims, right? And post hoc rationalization.
Can you
Look at
brothers hear
this.
me now?
This resembles this, and this looks like that. This is,
Yeah.
but this kind of sort of looks like that is no scholarship. But again, we're not dealing with scholarship. We're dealing with believers, and you can make anything up what you choose to. Doesn't make it real or true.
Okay, you guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
Now he asked me about Yucatan, right? That's what he asked me about.
Yeah. What script?
Okay.
What script?
Okay. Now,
What
okay. That's all I need to know. I didn't need you to. That's all I need to know is yes or no. If I just heard
what am I
correctly,
asking you?
that's all I'm
However,
saying.
wait a minute.
All I need to know
I
was
am
the
asking
tribe
you a
that you. I
question.
just
What is
needed
the
to know.
question? What
All
is
right,
the
I heard
question?
your question. I heard your question. I was just making sure
What
about what tribe you
what is
mentioned.
the
That's
question?
it. That's why I said you said Yucatan. That's all I'm saying. You said yes. Now be quiet. All right. Now again, see, this is again. I've done classes on this years ago, like probably like 4 or 5 years ago, about something like that, right? We have the books on this stuff about the Yucatans, right? There's a book with the Yucatans, and there is a manuscript. You know what a manuscript is, sir? According to a primary source, according to a primary source is something that was written in either in a manuscript, a text, or in the time period of the claim. Okay, that would be called a primary source. So this is a primary source. Now I can post it in my back chat. Like I said, it's probably on my Facebook page somewhere. I probably posted it up years ago. But yes, there was a manuscript of when 7 Yucatans confessed to Diego, what was it, Sanchez, that they were from the 10 tribes of Israel. That's what they wrote in the manuscript, sir. So when you ask me dumb questions like that, I would suggest you learn. Now you want to talk about other tribes. You want to mention other tribes? You have tribes like the Micmac tribe. You know that you just mentioned earlier about the Mormons, right? About, oh, John Smith, come talk about Christ came over here and a thing, right? But the language that the Book of Mormon was written in was a language called a broken Egypto hieroglyph language. You know who wrote in that same exact language around the same area John Smith found the so-called Book of Mormon? In the Micmac territory, which they have the same writing system. You compare it, they're basically identical. But anyways, let's go to another tribe. Then you have tribes like matter of fact, I have a book. Wavy saw me. I posted I was talking about this book months ago, about a chief from the Tainos, one of our chiefs, Chief Riverwind, and how he used to go to powwows and how he used to have discussions with many chiefs, whether they were Cherokees, Utahs, who else he encountered, Incas, all these different type of chiefs around their powwows, and they were all telling stories about that came from the Bible, but they didn't even know that. Right? But he told them, hey, the story that you just told, they came from the Bible, blah, 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 converted many of them. But many of those people in those powwows, like the Cherokee, while he was at the Chief Riverwind, the Taino chief, was at one of the powwows, he talked to several Cherokee elders, and they all told him that, yes, they believe that their ancestors are from the tribes of Israel. Okay, it's all written in the books. Even the Taino people, again, we even have a prophecy of the Bible basically coming back to in existence. What other tribe? What was the tribe?
Okay, thank you.
There are
That's
several
enough.
tribes I can mention that
You don't need to
typically when it
elaborate
comes to
anymore.
first-hand account.
Okay, so
That's all.
everybody heard. I was specific when I asked about the Yucatan, because the Yucatan is a region, right? So, and you heard him clearly say the two tribes, the Yucatan, right? He says the Yucatan are a tribe. He says that. He said it twice. He doubled down. So but the Yucatan is a region in southeastern Mexico, primarily encompassing the Yucatan Peninsula, which separates
So
the
I was
Gulf
at
of
Yucatan
Mexico
Peninsula.
from the Caribbean Sea, known as known for its rich Mayan heritage, beautiful beaches, unique landscape. The peninsula spans 3 Mexican states: Yucatan, Quintana Roo, and Campeche. Right now, so now to be accurate, is the Yucatan a tribe? No, the Yucatan is not a tribe. It's a region in southeastern Mexico. See, now if I'm having a conversation with someone and I ask a question based on geography, he does not regurgitate the question, right? Because if he would regurgitate the question, then since he would understand that his answer has nothing to do with the question I asked. But that is null and void, because he doesn't even know that the Yucatan is a region and it's not a tribe. So his whole diatribe was based in a faulty premise or a lie. But surely it was based in his ignorance. And I'm not even going to argue that no more. I'm done. We don't go back over it. We're clear. Done. You don't know that the Yucatan is where the Mayans come from, right? You had no clue that the pre-Columbian civilization that inhabited that region were the Mayan. Now I asked that question specifically because I'm wanting to know what is the dialect and the language spoken by these people. Because this is the text in this language is where you would need to find the doctrines that you're linking to, and not post-colonialism. Because anything post-colonialism, we understand what took place. I can explain to you what happens when the conquistadors encounter the natives. There's a process that takes place, and they become Catholicized. They baptize them right there on the spot. Right? That is part and parcel of how they got financing to engage in their exploration of the new world. But again, if this young man doesn't even know that the Yucatan is not a tribe, I'm good. End the discussion. No need to have a conversation with me. I'm out. I'm out.
All right, hold on. Like I said, don't go nowhere. All right, Misery. So he basically saying he done with this topic, but I'm gonna let you respond.
Yeah, y'all can hear me? You can hear me? Yeah? All right. Okay. Like I said, what I find funny. Hold on for a second. Okay. What I find funny is this. If we were talking about African shit, I would take this clown seriously. But we're talking about native shit. What this clown just did was a Google search. I can bring you what the elders say, you fucking idiot. That's why you had to listen. And I told you I have classes showing you the elders, the storytellers. I told you manuscripts. As a matter of fact, even in my debate yesterday, I showed a photo of a Yucatan woman. The fuck are you talking about? Everybody saw the debate that I showed a clear fucking picture of a Yucatan woman. But yet he acts like he knows something about Native history. You have a guy talking to a Native, acting like he knows more about Native history than me. A person, I've been doing this for over 8 years. You think I just debate about the Bible? I debate Aboriginal, all that stuff, sir. I've been doing it for over about almost 10 years. Okay? So when you were talking about Native stuff, you were talking to the right person, sir. And yes, there are people called the Yucatan people. The fuck are you talking about? Who is a region? Yeah? So tell it to an elder. Tell it to an elder and see what it tells you. That's what I'm saying, bro. I have the evidence. We have it out of their own chiefmen's mouths saying these things. We have it in books saying these things. That several Yucatan people address San Diego. I already told you, several. And they called them Yucatan. That's what they called them, sir. There's several Yucatan men who told this elder that they were from the 10 tribes. So when you say that, then there's those things of people called the Yucatan, man, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. That's what I'm saying. Like, how dare you try to teach me about Native history? That is fucking crazy. I can name natives that you never heard about in your fucking life. The fuck are you talking about? I can bring linguistics. I can bring professionals, you fucking clown. I can bring linguistics. I can bring geologists. I can bring all of that, sir, and they will all back it up. I can show you on linguistics that tells you about how the language from Central and South America ties in to Hebrew, Phoenician, and even Egyptian. The fuck are you talking about? I have the fucking scholars, you idiot. This is what I'm saying. I've been saying it. I've been teaching this for years. I said I teach this, sir. I teach this. Go on my channel. Watch my videos, my lessons, and then debunk me, sir. Debunk the scholars that I show on video, say it out of their own mouths. I can show you, even the History Channel even talks about how many of the natives over here were freaking Israelites, and they were trying to prove it in the History Channel. The fuck are you talking about? You know what the History Channel is not doing? Talking about some damn freaking West, South, or any fucking other place. Talking about, those people could be the fucking lost tribes of Israel. Blah, 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 blah. This clown earlier said, the Spaniards taught you about this Bible bullshit in the 1600s when they conquered you and this and this and that. That is fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You have many of our elders who call on the name Yehovah, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all those names that these Hebrews and everybody be calling on to this day. I could go back to the 1600s and show you the names of the gods that these natives were calling on. Why would they be calling on a deity from the Bible? That doesn't even make any damn sense. You know, in Puerto Rico, where I'm from, I'm a so-called Puerto Rican, Taino. You know, in the mountains, you know what they call the mountain people? And this is something that even Henry Clark, one of your black scholars, of your Egyptian black scholars, said when he was doing the Egyptian walls. He was talking about the Hyksos and how they were called at that time Jibaros. Do you know what they call the mountain people of Puerto Rico today, sir? For hundreds of years, you know what they've been calling them? Jibaros, the women Jibaras, right? You don't even know these things. Do you know that some of the Taino words go back to Aramaic or Arabic? My fault, not Aramaic, Arabic. Like, brother, you do not know any of these things. You should watch my classes and then try to respond to me. Because if we have this discussion or we have this debate, I will destroy you. I will destroy you about native history. But I gotta get to work, bro. I'm gonna let y'all brothers go for a while. I'll probably
That's all. Hey, hold up. Let me say this real quick. If I'm gonna mute your mic real quick, Misery. But listen to me. If Misery have evidence, and I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I see you, Silk. If Misery have evidence that the Native Americans and in Puerto Rico they called the women Hebrews and the men dead, and it's all linguistically connected. You gotta mute that, Jayla. Jayla, you gotta mute that. And it's all linguistically connected about the Americas using the same words or the language being linked to Hebrew or even Egyptian. Um, I think for with the Bible specifically, and all of these linguistic correlations to America. And if I get y'all on here, he gonna say the same thing about he gonna say that the Niger Congo language has some similarities with the Hebrew, and King would say that on here. Just got on here. King would say that also. Peace, God. What I'm saying is,
Peace.
that's the case. If Misery got this evidence of the ancient Hebrew and the Hebrew linking to languages in America and languages in Puerto Rico and shit like that, then it, to me being unbiased as possible, and I know King could say the same shit about languages in Africa being linked to Hebrew and all of this Bible shit. I think what's going on here, I think the Bible just hijacked motherfuckers' history and motherfuckers' wording. Hold up, Silk, mute out, because you about to get off topic. What I'm saying is, I think the Bible, Miss Happy Go Lately, this young ass book, I think it just hijacked other motherfuckers' understandings and symbology. That's what it gotta be, because we this goddamn 1611 or this Council of Nicaea, when they was making this motherfucking New Testament and this book and putting these words together, it gotta be some shit where they was scraping backwards and not the other way around. But I'll let everybody on the panel speak. Suki, you got the floor. Your mic already unmuted.
Yeah, man, talking about me off topic, and I know it probably the roof me.
Oh, he fell out. Damn.
He fell off. Hey, Misery. You talking about the name for the mountain people in Puerto Rico that begins with a J? Jibaro?
No, I said Hebaros. H-E-B, I think it's H-E-B-O-O-S.
That's funny because I'm finding it spelled with a J, brother. And you know, y'all do pronounce y'all J's are, pronounced like a H.
No, how can it be with a J if the J is something
Claro que
was
jamón.
created?
Cuando te
When
estás
J was
hablando se dice jamón.
created.
Jamón. Se dice jamón. ¿Cómo se escribe jamón? ¿Cómo se escribe jamón?
Naga, if you want, on the back chat,
Pero
I'll
dime, ¿cómo se escribe
I'm
jamón?
on my phone.
¿Cómo se escribe jamón? How do they write jamón?
I'll send it in our back chat. I'll send it in the back chat of an article that one of our Taino chiefs wrote. Okay?
That's cool. What
Now
I
it's a
have is
chief name.
the mountain people of Puerto Rico are called Jibarus, which is Jibaros, which is a Taino word that means people of the forest.
And that's indeed correct, my brother. And you were right with the pronunciation
Like
of
I
the
rock
J.
on the
Porque cuando
linguistics, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and
cuando estás diciendo jamón, you say jamón, right? But you read it with a J. It's Spanish for ham. So you're absolutely right in how how the J is pronounced. But you see, again, when you're being genuine, and again, there is no tribe called Yucatan. The Yucatan is a peninsula, is a region where the Mayans rule. I asked that question to get to the language and the text of the Mayans to illustrate, as that would be a primary source. And not no 1600 once they have already had a contact and influence from the Europeans.
Hey Jalen, you wanted to say something?
I was gonna say I was piggyback off you that like that's what I've been. That's like to me. That's what I've been kind of like getting at is that this book. You see how this book has just got people divided, but
Greatest story ever told. Greatest lie ever told.
you know, I ain't gonna say that because I ain't about to be getting nobody, you know what I'm saying, out their ways and shit. But like you were saying, bro, it's too many similarities. You get what I'm saying? Too much similarity, bro, for us to be arguing. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. That's it.
Okay,
It's a
I just got something real quick. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet.
hold up. It's a reason that you gotta mute out for me. I got you. It's a reason that misery is so passionate. It's a reason that Yah is so passionate, and it's a reason that the white man is so passionate. They made this book and they threw a whole bunch of shoestrings in it from outside shit to make it all seem followable. That's what we witnessing here. When cause just like how King, my Naga brother just came and brought out how what the actual word for Hebrew mean to them the mountain people. Just like King brought that out, it still sound like it. So motherfuckers will go just off the sounding, not even worry about the definition. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where this shit so mixed up. You know what I'm saying, that they working backwards, trying to connect themselves, not the other way around. It's not these similarities on purpose. Go ahead, Silk.
Yeah, like I said, me and Naga, King, we was chopping that stuff up earlier today. But when he get back, I'll bring it back out. Cause I'm gonna get him to do it drop a little lesson that he did earlier.
Hey, Silk. I was with Luda. I was with Luda today. When I had, oh yeah, I'm tripping. I had FaceTime you when I was with Luda. Hold up. Let me. Nah, I had, my bad. I had just, unmute your mic, Silk.
You keep muting me. Shit, I just started leaving on mute now.
Baby, you wanna do some biblical criticism or some textual criticism? You wanna read? Yeah. Pull up Genesis 3. There's a couple of interesting things going on in Genesis 3 that has led me to further expound on and I'm not talking about God because obviously I don't believe in a God, but this is textual criticism. So the spin and the narrative that is given to the particular text, we are allowed to interpret it in various ways, right? And when you take a critical look at the text, it brings certain things into question. I'll let you pull it up. Let's do that analysis.
I want some of that smoke, Cedric, on some Genesis. I want some Genesis smoke. I got.
Hold up. All right, so look, Jalen and Uncle said.
You talking about the creation, right?
Hold up, Silk. You that for me, brother. Jalen and Uncle said we got to do a whole show on this. The Papal Bull. Uncle said I heard you mention it. We got to do a whole show on this.
So
let's
I'm
go to
definitely
Genesis.
down. That's actually a topic that I was gonna actually bring up to you that we had to really decipher. But yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
Uncle said brought it up and said misery don't know nothing about
but you know what though? I'll actually, you know what's so crazy? I actually want to kind of dive into it a little bit and everything because remember
we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What verse in chapter 3?
What does it start with? This is the part where Adam and Eve eat the fruit and they have the discussion with the devil and God gives Adam the warning and stuff.
It's my cup.
Start round 15.
All right.
Chapter 3, verse 15.
All right. It says, and I will put. Oh, Jalen, you busy?
Yeah, hold on, real quick. I'm getting some water right now. Give me a second.
You good? You good? I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you catch on when you come
All
back.
right, here I come on. I'm on the way back to the phone now.
I will put enmity between. Oh no, never mind.
Okay,
I'll wait.
we're gone too far already. So read it from chapter
I'm
3,
gonna
verse
start at.
1. Let's see what's
Yeah,
going
I'm
on.
about to say we're gonna start at 1. I'm gonna wait for
Yeah.
Jalen.
Chapter 1.
No,
I don't know why you ain't starting
Chapter
one.
3, chapter 3, verse 1.
All right, man.
Hey, it's on the screen, Jalen.
Hold on. All right, bet.
I'm gonna let you do this, said, and once you get done, said, I'm gonna go to Genesis 1.
All right. What we doing?
Hey, Silk, this ain't that, man. Relax, man. Meet your mic, relax. This ain't that.
I
I
know.
promise.
I said
The
after.
fall.
I talking about
The
after that.
fall. Now,
Silk. I don't think
Yeah,
you know
the
what's
fall.
going on.
The fall.
All
We're
right, bet.
discussing the fall.
Just sit
Now the
back. Silk.
serpent.
Just sit back.
Now the serpent was more crafty. Okay, we're starting off verse 1, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other wild animal the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die." Greatest light ever told. "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." And when the woman saw the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were open. They realized they were naked. So they sewed fig trees together and made coverings for themselves. Then man and his wife heard to the sound of the Lord God as he was walking through the garden. Now, here's my thing: why he walking through the garden? In the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord among the trees of the garden. But the Lord called to the man, "Where are you?" Now you should know what he is. He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is it? What is that? What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate it." So the Lord said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe, and with painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate the fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat from it, and from it all days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the by the sweat of your brow you will eat your food, and you will return to the ground, since from it you were taken, and from dust you are, and to dust you will return." And Adam named his wife Eve, because she will become the mother of all living. The Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. And the Lord God said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." So God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. After he
Okay,
drove
stop right
man,
there. Stop
I
right
bet.
there. Stop right there. Now, one more verse we need to read, which is Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. And then we get to go to work.
All right. Give me a second. Genesis 2, verse 17.
Yeah.
All right. You want to, let's see. All right,
So this
verse
is the
17.
warning. Yeah, this is the warning that God gives to Adam.
All right. I'm gonna start from 15, and because that shit like a paragraph type shit. The
All right,
Lord
bet.
God, the 15. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat from it, you will certainly die.
Good. That's a commandment, right? So right there, that implies that eating from that fruit, you will die.
Right.
God doesn't tell him anything else. He says, you eat from that fruit, you're going to die. So that implies that the fruit, eating the fruit, is what is going to cause your death. Would we agree?
In that day.
Yeah, in that day.
The second part. That's the second part. That's the second part. All right. Now, first of all, Adam's the son of a bitch. He rats Eve out. He just throws her under the bus.
Hey, hold on, Uncle Sid. Before you go in on Adam, can we all literally express and point out that the fact that the serpent that it is a animal that is not man, but it is a animal told Eve when Eve said that, well, God told my husband that we will certainly die. We eat from the tree. He said, "Nah, you're not gonna die necessarily. You're gonna die, but you're not gonna die right then and there." Type, you know what I'm saying? I leave it at that.
Actually, right. So now my hypothesis is this, right? My hypothesis is God was lying to Adam when he said that if you eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die. Because the reason that he would eventually die was not from eating the fruit, but because God put them out of the Garden of Eden and denied them access to the tree of life, which would sustain them forever. And eating from the tree of knowledge, right? Actually, the devil was not lying, because as God indicated, they have knowledge, they are aware of good and evil, just like us. This is my hypothesis, right? And I ran it through ChatGPT for validity, right? And it says this: your hypothesis suggests a reinterpretation of the Genesis narrative, particularly the interaction between God, Adam, and Eve, and the serpent. Let's break it down into its key components. God's warning versus the actual outcome. In Genesis 2:17, God warns Adam that if he eats from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, he will surely die. Surely is an indication of certainty, right? The actual outcome, Adam and Eve did not die immediately after eating the fruit. Instead, they gained knowledge, as the serpent suggested. And eventually, they were banished from the Garden of Eden. It is their banishment and subsequent lack of access to the tree of life that leads to eventual death.
And they started. They got kicked out the garden and started a whole family.
Exactly. But the point is that eating from the fruit did not in any way attribute to their death. Their death was only caused by God banishing them from the garden, denying them access to the tree of life. Get that? Slow down. Think about it.
They already got life.
But that's
the tree of life, right? God says it himself. We need to put them out, lest they eat from the tree of life and live forever.
But who was he talking to?
He was talking. Yeah. Now, those are all valid questions, but I'm dealing with God's direct warning and the validity of it. He was lying.
Yeah.
Because eating from the fruit did not in any way affect their ability to sustain life. It did not, eating the fruit did not cause their death. They would have died eventually.
Albert, click the link. You got what Uncle said.
It is banishment. It is banishment from the garden, because God says it himself. They can't eat from the tree lest they live forever. So that banishment is what eventually led to their death. God's action, not eating the fruit.
hold up, Jalen. Hold up, Jalen. You're gonna go right after me, and then Suki Dika. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
God said, "In that day." God
Mm-hmm.
said, "In that day, they will surely die."
Mm-hmm.
They got kicked out the garden, started having sex, started a whole family.
Mm-hmm.
So God lied.
Yeah,
He
God
did.
lied.
okay.
So
So,
go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead, brother.
How long
No,
it
go
take
ahead,
to
brother.
have a
Go ahead.
kid?
So
Go ahead and
How
finish.
long it take
the
to have a
second
kid?
point, the
How long it
second
take to have
point
a
is
kid?
the serpent
Hold on,
often
hold on,
associated.
hold on, hold on, Don't go there yet. How long it take to have a kid in Bible
9
time?
months, 10 months, 10 months.
But he say in that day they went on had kids and shit. Go ahead, Jalen, and then Uncle said build that second point.
All right. So
Again,
what I
yeah, go ahead.
oh, man, Uncle said, go ahead and finish, man. You know what I'm saying? You cooking. Go ahead. I'm like I said,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So
Go ahead.
so again, I want everybody to slow down the thought process here.
Mhm.
God's telling her, yo, don't touch that fruit, don't eat it. Eve went one up. She said, don't even touch the tree. They were that scared of the fruit and the tree itself. That was implied by God's warning. God didn't indicate expulsion, banishment as a consequence. He didn't indicate any of that. He says, you eat from that fruit, you will surely die. Indicating or illustrating the fruit would be the reason they died. Consumption of the fruit. Now, consumption of the fruit did not play a role in them living or dying. It made them wise. It gave them wisdom. They knew good from evil. That's the outcome of eating from the tree of knowledge. Their death was caused by their banishment and being denied access from the tree of life. The only tree they were not allowed to eat from was the tree of knowledge. So they were eating from the tree of life. That was you can assume that only one tree they weren't allowed access to is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Their banishment separated them from the tree of life, which they consumed before. And that banishment, so God's action, all of God's action is what led to their eventual death,
All right,
not
Uncle said.
eating from the fruit.
All right, Uncle said we got some smoke. Uncle Albert
There,
is
let's
saying.
get it.
Uncle Albert is saying the death that was talking about was Adam's. This some Gnostic shit. The death that was talking about was Adam's seed dying. He makes his seed. When you mix your seed, you kill your seed. The God, I guess he's saying he mixed his seed. When you mix your seed, you kill your seed. The garden and the tree and the serpent is all about the mixing of creation.
So can I say something right there? Can I say something? For
Go
one,
ahead.
if you go read the what was that? It's a Gnostic text. It's the Gospel of John. I think it's the Gospel of John or Gospel of Thomas. I can't read. It's a Gnostic text. But Jesus is literally telling them in the Gnostic text, bro, that he was the serpent. Like he's telling the people like he was the serpent of Adam and Eve. So that whole entire Gnostic, that right there gets, if he's coming from a Gnostic perspective, that gets cut automatically.
So I think Alba, you got to come on the panel and defend what you just said because
But
I
now
don't know what mixing
now
he
what
would be
brother
talking about, because
now,
Adam and Eve, they went on to have offspring themselves, and Eve comes from Adam's rib. So I would not understand which mixing he's talking about. And so now the claim is further elucidated upon. The claim of the serpent. So I'm saying the serpent is actually the good guy. He didn't lie, right?
nah,
The
he
serpent
was
often
never
associated
bad.
with Eve, with Satan, tells Eve in Genesis 3, verses 4 and 5, that she will not die from eating the fruit, but instead her eyes will be open and she will be like God, knowing good and evil. The
Yeah.
outcome, after eating the fruit, Adam and Eve, eyes are indeed open and they gain knowledge of good and evil. Evil, just like the serpent says. So my interpretation in this reading, the serpent could be seen as telling the truth. Eating of the fruit gave Adam and Eve godlike knowledge, while God's warning about death was not immediate consequences of the act itself, but was ultimately due to their expulsion from Eden.
Mm-hmm.
So now it goes on after Adam and Eve disobeyed God. God expressed concern that they might eat from the tree of life
Mm-hmm.
and live forever. Genesis 3, verses 22, which suggests that eternal life was not inherent to them, but rather sustained by continual access to the tree of life. Therefore, it wasn't the consumption of the fruit of the tree of knowledge that caused death, but the loss of access to the tree of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
This shit sound like alchemy as hell. This shit's like some alchemy type shit.
Yeah, like
Hey,
so,
hey, I
like
was gonna speak on that in a minute, Jalen, but I'm waiting for
Hold on,
Cedric
hold
to
on,
wrap
hold on,
that up.
hold on, hold on, real quick. Hold on, Uncle Sid. Jalen, can you read this comment on the screen?
Satan acquired himself a bloodline in the rebellion with Adam and Eve. The tree, the serpent, all these things are allegories for what they were doing, which is mixing the creation. What is the
Um,
creation? Like I'm trying to figure out what is. Hold on,
Mr.
wait a minute.
Mr. Alva, can
Yeah,
you please
yeah,
click
Albert,
the
get on
link?
here.
I'm not gonna mute your mic. I'm not gonna kick you off. I'm not gonna call you a cracker.
I know. Hop on, Alva.
I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna let you explain your point to my brother, me, and my brother Jalen, and Uncle Sid, and Professor Silky. I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
explain yourself. I'm not gonna
but
mute your mic. I'm not gonna do none of that.
I'm gonna say this though now, like yeah, like, and I totally agree with what Uncle said saying about the serpent and everything. Like y'all see what I read and everything. I've never once seen the serpent as being a evil entity, because throughout time the serpent is represented as enlightenment. You get what I'm saying? It's always been about enlightenment with the serpent. So I can't.
I look at it. I look at it like if Adam and Eve and Suki, I'm about to let you talk right now. If Adam and Eve didn't eat from the fruit, they
We would
would
be
have been
slaves.
dumb. They would have
They
been
would have been
dumb.
dumb slaves. Work,
What is
work.
opposite? What's the opposite of knowledge?
and it
Huh?
seems like that was God's intent.
It was his intention, Uncle said, bro. I'm sorry, Uncle said, for cutting you off. Thank you, Uncle said. Thank you. Somebody get this, bro. When you go back and you read where this story originally came from, which is the Sumerian tablets, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Sumerian Babylon tablets, bro, way before this shit was even coming about. It even said, bro, that the Yahweh of that, you know what I'm saying, of that time in that story, he was talking to his brother Enki. Now, Bantu already confirmed that Enki is associated with snakes in the Congo Bantu region. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going off some other text. You get what I'm saying? But my thing is that he was talking to his brother because he called his brother a serpent. And I think I said this on Wade's panel like a month
It's
ago.
more clearer. It's more clearer to look at the snake as another god and to look at the devil as another god. That's way more clearer than thinking of some spirit, some spooky
Yeah, bro.
red.
That's
But
what I'm
it is
saying,
it
bro.
is done.
Like
It
people
is done
people
all
forget,
the time.
Hold up, with horns on his head like this,
man.
coming
I'm gonna
out
But
say
red,
this.
and
Let me
he
it
got
say
a
is
this.
done. It is
tail.
done
Just look at the
subconsciously.
devil as another god.
Let me say this. Let
God
me
is
say this.
good
Let me say this. Hold
and the
on.
devil is bad. So
Wait a minute.
when
Hold
it
on.
comes to good and evil, we equate the devil to God, and we don't even realize that we do that. So yes, the devil is a god.
Okay,
But my
let me
thing,
just throw this in the pot.
hold on, Silk,
Hold
hold on, Silk. Let me say this real quick, and I'm done.
Hey, I
Even
know Silk
in,
ready. Silk ready
hold on,
now.
I know he is, because he loading up. So let me go ahead and say this before I forget. Even in the Bible, right? God said, "Make man in our image," right? Therefore, bro, man's going to have flaws. I said this on Wavy shit about a month ago. They were using the same slang and sayings that we use today. That man was calling his brother a snake. You are a snake, bro, that crawls on his belly. That's what he was telling him, like, bro, this is you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's you. Like, you a snake. Like, so throughout every other, so even with your generation, they're gonna be known as snakes. That's all he was saying,
When a
bro.
nigga
Is
acting funny, you kick him out the
yeah,
garden. You kick him
thank
out
you.
the
You kick him out the
game.
trap. You kick him out the trap.
Game. Kick him out the garden. All right,
Come
Silk.
on, bro. Go ahead, Silk.
You got 20 minutes, man. Go ahead and shoot all your bullets, man.
I'm about to roll up.
I ain't loading the clip right now. No, I just want to it sound more so it really is kind of numerical. You know what I'm saying? When you fuck with it, because even in the scriptures that y'all are talking, they're showing displays of counting. Even in the creation story, day and night, morning, day, they're still counting. Somebody is still counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really though, like on a word like how Dwayne would be like it's always duality, it really ain't duality because really though the possibilities are infinite, the outcomes are infinite, the things that can happen are infinite on any which way on a lot of different scales. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's a lot of possibilities. It ain't never just one type shit. And you got that in the Bible. They're talking about they're counting shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even got to breaking it down shit like scripture verses and numerical and analytical like that. But yeah, dog, it's a little bit numerical. You know, the numbers don't lie.
Man, that's all you had to say. All right.
Yeah, that's all I had to say.
We got a comment. All right, so we got a comment. Jalen, you want to read this comment?
I'm chilling tonight.
Now, what bloodline could that be? There's only 2 children born at that time, Cain and Abel.
No, I'm gonna say. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. No, because he never acquired. Like I said, I don't think that was the necessary bloodline that he would acquire. I think that his bloodline actually would start. Like, think about it. What bloodline called? You know what I'm saying? Waged the most war. Like, let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's think about it. The most that started the most wars, bro, is between the Christianity and Islamic faith. So now we got to go to the brothers of Abraham and everything. That's where we got to really start at. I don't really think it's Cain and Abel. I think we got to go to the sons of Abraham. Who was that? It was who was it? It was Isaac and Ishmael. Ishmael? Was those the brothers that was beefing?
All right, hold up, because now he overloaded. He said, all right, Jalen, you want to read that?
Now what bloodline? I just read that.
Nah.
Now what bloodline could that be? There's only 2 children born at that time, Cain and Abel. Cain is supposed to be the wicked one in the seed of the serpent acquired in his rebellion. But the serpent was not. Do you not, bro?
What?
See, and this is where it goes back again when it goes to this Gnostic stuff, bro. Therefore, if you calling the serpent, that means you calling Jesus the serpent. If you going off a Gnostic, you know what I'm saying, you going from a Gnostic point of view.
All right, hold on. Let me try to get a clear understanding. Now, what bloodline could that be? There's only 2 children born at that time, Cain and Abel. Cain is supposed to be of the wicked one, the seed the serpent acquired
they
in
got
his
the same damn blood. They got the same blood.
All right, hold on. He said, Revelations 12:9.
Offspring of the same parents, bro.
Hold on. Revelations 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out. So he's saying that's not Jesus.
Now that right there, that serpent that was cast out, because like I said before, Enlil already told him that all his kids will be known as serpents. Marduk was the one in Babylonian terms, but they started the rebellion. And that would be the oldest son, the firstborn son of the father, not the Lord, but the father.
All right, Uncle said you got the floor.
Yeah, I my rational brain goes, wait a minute. Them is 2 children from the same mother and father. That same bloodline. What the hell are you talking about? Sorry, I would have to turn it over to Jalen.
Thank you. I don't think it will be Cain and Abel because they have the same bloodline, the same mom, same dad. Now, when it comes to Isaac and Ishmael, whoever them brothers was, I don't know. but Hagar and Sarah, bro, like they were two different women, bro. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? They bore sons from one man. Now,
Yep.
I don't know how they do it, or how the Hebrews do it. But when I was born, I was told that your half brother was through your father, and your full brother was through your mother. You see what I'm saying? Like me and my sister, we have the same mother but two different dads, but we are considered
Yeah,
as,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
in the
yeah,
reason why, and you know what I'm saying, and from what I know,
Your
that's
mama
some
kids is
that's some
your
old
mama
African
kids is
shit.
your full kids. Your mama
Exactly.
kids is your full siblings, and
Stepson.
your daddy kids
Yeah.
Motherfucking
is your half
stepson.
siblings. Y'all came out the
but
same coochie.
two different women, and they were distinct, right?
Distinct.
One was the servant, and you
hmm
know that the servant usually was from another tribe or another group of people, another culture. So
hmm
at that point in time, there were two distinct ethnic groups that were fathered, because of course the offspring is of the mother.
And also, I like to add that like I said, I have a CIA document on my phone that talks about the 13 bloodlines of Satan, bro. And Ishmael is the progenitor of that bloodline. Like he's the start of that. Everything started from him, of the satanic bloodline. I'm just saying, this is what the CIA is saying. I don't know how true that shit is. I'm just saying. It's about like a 350-page document. No bullshit.
I know Suki D antennas just went up.
And I'm not giving him, and I'm not giving it to him either.
Suki D
Cause he
gonna
gonna
bust
use
his
that. He gonna use that against Jesse, and Jesse gonna hurt you. He gonna break Jesse heart.
Josh. What's goody?
What's the deal?
Hey,
So
hey.
yeah, man.
So Uncle said,
Mhm.
I think that Genesis chapter 3 was powerful. God said, if you eat from this tree, that day you will surely die. And they went on having sex, doing it doggy style. Adam was
That's
hitting
heretic.
the throat, and Adam was hitting it from the side in the
That's
belly,
heretic.
and they
Heretic.
had kids. They went
That's
on having
blasphemy.
kids. So they did not surely die in that day. So God is a liar.
And
You
hold
gotta
on, but wait a minute. But hold on. But didn't Adam live over like 300 years?
900 years or something like
God
that.
damn it. God damn it. God
and
damn.
and and, and don't try to make the argument that it's a spiritual separation, because God continued to walk with Adam. So what would that spiritual separation be if God is omnipresent?
Hmm.
These are some of the theological arguments that they bring to counter the narrative, because they realize the flaw in that whole story, right? So there is no separation from God, because He continues to be with Adam and Eve all throughout their 900 years
Mhm.
of life that Adam continues to live, right? Um,
Mhm.
so again, um, uh, it all points to either God, and again, when they try to make the argument that the fall was necessary, the fall is only because of God's opinion.
All right.
The fact that they disobey God is arbitrary, because God simply chose that. Why wouldn't you want them to have knowledge of good and evil if you're creating
You
individuals with
wanted
free
a
will?
world where people was dumb. That's what you wanted. You wanted your creation to be dumb. Opposite
He
of
wanted
knowledge is being, nigga, you is blank.
he
You ain't got
wanted
you
So,
ain't no shit.
so at the
he
end of the day, the state of reality is
But
all
that's when
based
we get on to those
on
other
God's
books.
arbitrary, decision to punish man for acquiring knowledge.
now my
Go
thing
figure.
now here's the thing again, and this is the thing that irks me so bad, is that these ancient texts fill in these gaps that we talking about right now. You know, and even if I'm not
I just
mistaken,
said that, Jalen. Stop.
yeah, and even then I heard some Hebrews even say that there was a war before. You know what I'm saying? And in this ancient text, bro, it talks about in live well Yahweh was calling Yahweh. Yahweh having an issue because after he went to war with these lesser beings and everything, it messed up the whole plan. Then that's when it came to the decision to fashion us. You know what I'm saying? That we would be strong like them, but we wouldn't have the mind like them. You know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't think for ourselves. We'll basically be like a domesticated animal, like how we domesticate dogs and stuff. Like that's what we were supposed to be. We were the beast. Like we didn't become really man. Honestly, we really didn't become man until we got that knowledge. At this point in time, bro, we're just beasts, bro. Mindless beasts. Dogs told to do what they say. If he tell you to sit, you sit. If he tell you to sleep, you sleep. If he tell you to eat, you eat. But that's all you
Hey,
got. There was no.
let me say this real quick. Uh, the
Man, you gotta stop cutting
splitting.
me off, man. I be cooking.
You cooking, but I wanted to. It's kind of like I wouldn't say that the ancient. Let me just say this. I wouldn't I wouldn't say that the ancient texts fill in the gaps.
They
When
do.
these motherfuckers stole from the ancient text,
Yeah, and they took out and they left stuff out. That's what I'm saying. They left stuff out. So when
but
you
it
go
was
back and reread it, it fills in them blanks.
nah. It wasn't to. They didn't leave it out to fill in them blanks. They left it out because this is their version. They don't give a fuck about that. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying, but what that's
That's
fine, and
it's
that's
like when you hear a new song. When you
and
hear
that's
a new
perfectly fine. I hear you, but just like Sid was just talking, God was just talking to somebody saying that we gotta basically kick them out, or they're gonna be like us. Who was he talking to? I just asked said that, what I'm saying, hypothetical, what I'm saying, just random. But he was like, that's another valid question that needs to be answered.
this what
That's
I'm
all
this
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying. This what I'm saying, Jalen. This what I'm saying. The ancient texts don't fill in the gaps. If when we hear Glorilla remixing these songs from the early 2000s, damn near all the Glorilla songs or Lotto songs is remixes from Gucci Mane, 3 6 Mafia, and other shit from the early 2000s. When we hear these new songs on the radio, it's not necessarily to pay homage to the older tradition. It's because
But
if my shit is hotter,
But my
my
thing
shit
is
is
though,
hot.
but my
It's
thing
my
is
shit.
though is that they don't even acknowledge that, bro. Like, bro, you don't like this is my thing,
Yeah,
and I get,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
but
saying.
but that's
If
what
you
I'm saying though.
steal,
But
if you
that's what I'm
steal
saying,
something,
and
if you
and I and
steal
I
a watch,
you're
if
not
you
going to
steal a
acknowledge
watch,
it, and you're not going to acknowledge it. I get that, but that's what I'm talking about, bro. All the stuff that is blind, bro. You know what I'm saying? All the blind spots that are in that book, bro. If you go back in time, you can read the blind spots. The blind spots is there for you to read. That's all I'm saying.
yep.
I get
Nah,
what you saying, Wavy. I
look
get
though,
what you saying,
it's
but
not now. Look though, this is what I'm saying. It's not it's not just black and white. This is what I'm saying. They making their own situation. They making their own story up to where it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, exactly like the ancient text. It's a remix. So it's gonna be some hooks and drawers and hook and ladders and fumbles. But basically what I was trying to say was the
mm,
splitting of the womb. When you get to the splitting of the womb, we like to say that leprosy, we like to think that leprosy is a race. I don't know how we got to that, but us as black people, we got 50 shades of black, god damn it. But we can't create another race. We
nah,
can't create white. So when you hear the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you would ask them who is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is today, and they'll start naming off the races, but then they come back from the same parents, and scientifically that is not possible. So that's another fallacy. And Jalen, you was bringing it up earlier when you said
mm.
both of the brothers' names, but they got the same parents. How they split up and
Yeah,
made a
Cain and
whole
Abel. Yeah,
different race?
yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cain and Abel still got the same parents, bro. So that lineage can never die. That lineage won't die. Now, like what me and said was talking about, when it comes to Abraham's son, Isaac and Ishmael, you know what I'm saying? Those are two different, two different sets of beings, you know what I'm saying? Not from the same line. They may come from the same, you know what I'm saying, from the same flock of seeds, but they don't come from the same waters. You know what I'm saying? They don't
What
come
you
from the
mean?
same waters.
What you mean?
I'm being mystic right now, bro. Nigga, just bear with me, bro. I'm hot. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being mystic. But
They Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They
and see, but
go ahead. My bad, go ahead.
but now when it comes to that, bro, now we talk about Abraham, which is people will say that's the Torah. We got Christians, which people will say that is Isaac. Then we got the Islam that we would say is Ishmael and everything. When it comes to races and everything, I don't understand how people can make them correlations because with all the mixing and everything and all the other stuff, bro, that you know what I'm saying? Like that line is you know what I'm saying? Like that line is gone. But at the end, I don't know.
They say
I don't know.
What's the three brothers' names? Is it what is it? Ishmael, Isaac, and Jacob, or Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
No, Abraham is the father.
He's
Isaac
the
and
father,
Jacob,
right?
Isaac and
Ishmael,
Jacob
Isaac.
are the two brothers, are the brothers that came like a few days after each other, type shit.
So they like to say Ishmael is the Arab.
Yeah.
And they like to say who Ham. Who is Ham? Who is Ham, Shem, and Japheth daddy?
Noah.
Yeah, they just be splitting races up. They be
That's
splitting races up
that's
from one race.
creation 2.0. That's creation 2.0.
Yeah,
So you have the first set, and then you have a reset. So from Noah's time, you get a reset.
All right, so Elvis says you guys
didn't know you can have two separate children. My two separate children, my two separate fathers at the same. What? Who indicates who are twins? Cain and Abel? Or we talking about Isaac and
Did he say my two separate fathers? What do he mean my two separate? What are you talking about in real life or the Bible?
Because if we talk about the Bible, that means that you're indicating that there was more than one Adam in the
Put the
garden.
link,
Which
bro. Come explain this stuff. I want to hear your explanation. I'll mute my mic. You won't get a rebuttal. I'm fascinated. I'm just fascinated. Yes, I'm an atheist, but I find this stuff fascinating.
Alva, man, you good, bro. You good. I'm on here.
Mr. Alva, man, you know you cool with Jay, man. You know we ain't got no issues, man. Click the link and I'm not gonna be right. It sounds like you saying Jesus and God are twins.
I thought you were saying Cain and Abel are twins.
I know Jesus is the answer.
See, this is the reason why he ain't coming on here, because you playing, said.
You guys didn't know you can have two separate children.
What?
What
you
what
guys
is that?
didn't know you
What
can
is
have
that?
two separate children. Two separate fathers.
Yeah, you can have two
By
separate children,
two
bro.
separate fathers
So
at the same time, the book indicates they are twins.
So are you saying? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. So are you saying that the mama slept with one man and then slept with another man right after, and she had two eggs, coincidentally, and they were what you call them, fraternal twins? Because I've seen that happen a few times, bro. I've seen that happen a few times.
That can't happen, but she totting, yo. She totting, really totting. That's some totting right there. That's some totting. Jesus.
Dot.
Damn.
That's a whole dot. Look, dot again.
That's a tot. That's a tot stop. Damn.
That's different.
All right. So what he was saying. So that might mean by you guys didn't know you can have two separate children by two separate fathers at the same time. The book indicates they are twins.
Man, at the same time, she's a freak. She's a totty tot.
What happened? I thought they were stoning people. I thought they were stoning women at that time.
She let both of them nut up at the same time. She had and she was lucky enough to
I'm trying to
have
figure out who the
a
twins
double.
is.
I thought the
And she
women
was
had
lucky
morals
enough.
and values. I thought the women
So
were
now,
sacred.
let's look at the picture he's painting. She's having a threesome, which is a male, female, male,
It's a hair
and
tool.
then both of them ejaculate or climax in her, and she is lucky enough to have a double, a double,
Consummation.
double edge, a double ovulation. Wow, God really works in mysterious ways. No, did he?
All right, so that was the question that I was trying to get Jalen. Who are the twins that he talking about?
I don't. The
I'm
only
not
twins
sure.
that
We
we.
was talking.
And
We
I
was talking
still
about
don't
three.
know which twins he's talking about.
I don't know what twins he talking about. The only
We was
person who
talking
had a
about. We
twin,
was
bro.
talking about three different sons, not two kids.
Bro, I have not heard about no twins unless he talking about
Isaac,
Esau. Unless he talking about Esau and
Esau,
Jacob.
Esau and Jacob. Oh,
Okay. The
I
red
mean,
hairy man, and the black man coming out of the red hairy man. And so Uncle said, I think this is what y'all was talking about earlier with didn't y'all talk about this when y'all said it
no.
was two
We were
daddies?
talking about Abraham having two kids from two different women.
yes, from two
You
different
can
women.
see them as like distinct, like cousins, but distinct lines, right? Like eventually they are two brothers, or two brothers but from two different mothers, so they form two different lineages.
When people say Uncle said sound like Garfield, I don't know what they be talking about. Like
Who is Garfield?
I can clearly
Yeah,
understand how
because
Garfield sound.
because if
Clearly
I have to use a more Jamaican accent, I would sound a little bit more like this. But I'm
that's not
clearly not
Garfield.
Jamaican. I'm
That's not
clearly
Garfield.
not Jamaican. I'm clearly not Jamaican, but again, when you want to regress the conversation as to indicate that I'm not from the United States, you would appropriately misappropriate me by saying I'm Jamaican. That's the extent of your knowledge of the Caribbean.
Garfield words
However,
be dancing. Garfield
I am
words be
from
dancing.
I am from the Eastern Caribbean. That's Jamaica's even a different time zone, believe it or not.
You from the Eastern
In the
Caribbean?
Caribbean, but in a different time zone.
Okay.
I'm a dot compared to the size of Jamaica. It's quite literally a world apart.
Okay.
All right, so let me look up this story of Esau and Jacob, because I guess these were the twins he talking about. But
This
even
sounds like
this,
I ain't gonna cap. This sounds like an anime that I know. Like, this is hilarious, bro.
Esau and Jacob. Okay, it say in the Hebrew Bible. Let me share my screen. They mama was a Thotagini. That boy Uncle said say she was a tot. In the Hebrew Old Testament, Jacob and Esau were fraternal twins and sons of Isaac and Rebekah. So it don't say that it was two baby daddies.
No,
Say Esau. Go ahead, Uncle Sid.
Yeah, so that claim is completely bogus, and I have to illustrate how far-fetched his argument was.
That's
right?
how you gotta go. When you tell one lie, you gotta cover up. Go ahead, Uncle Sid.
So that's why I was being so explicit in my articulation of his claim. This would indicate that she had a sex with two different men at the same time and had a double ovulation. Now, the fact that she has fraternal twins is a normal thing that they can look completely distinct from each other, right? And that is indicated in the text. One is light and airy, and the other one is dark and smooth, or something to that nature. But again, this is all allegory
Yeah,
allegory.
yeah. This not real. All right, so check this out. So Jalen, this is a cartoon. Everybody mute out for me real quick. All right. Esau was the firstborn twin. Had red hair, hairy body. Jacob had smooth skin. Esau was a hunter, was impatient, quick-tempered. Jacob was quiet, calculated, preferred to stay indoors. Isaac favored Esau because of his hunting skills, while Rebekah favored Jacob. Now look at this twisted shit. This the daddy. God told Rebekah that the older twin, Esau, would serve the younger twin. Like, how you gonna make one brother serve the other brother?
That
They don't
has
even
and that, but
go ahead.
that if you pay attention though, that has always been the issue. You get what I'm saying? Like that's always been the issue in some form or fashion, bro. The younger brother taking over. My fault. The younger brother taking control or taking command has always been an issue, bro. And you can find that almost anywhere. Think about it, Cain and Abel. You get what I'm saying? We got this right here. Who else?
But look
If
though,
I'm not mistaken, Ishmael was born before Jacob.
this worse. This worse though.
No,
You
it
got
gets worse.
God. You got God commanding it.
Thank you.
That's what make it worse. God told the mama, your older son gonna serve the younger son. If you tell it to a black mama, Jalen, what's gonna happen? Jalen, if you tell it to a black mama, your older son gonna
You
serve
didn't
your
hear that?
younger.
You
What's
didn't
she
hear
gonna
that
do?
that pause? You didn't hear that pause, bro? I'm an older
Tell it to
brother.
a
You
black,
know this,
tell it to a black mama, what she gonna do, Jalen?
bro. Sean, you know I'm an older brother. Come on, bro. You already know how that's gonna go. But then at the end of the day, this God we talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about this modern time. You know what I'm saying? She fool around and say, okay.
Don't forget they're twins. So this older is relative. The older is just to distinguish the one from the other. They're twins.
And like serve, like I don't like the word. I feel like, it could have been said better. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, we know that this is their law. This is what it said. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that's out of pocket. I ain't gonna count. Because like you telling the
Always.
oldest this you telling the oldest like the one that's supposed to inherit the chair, the heir to the throne of any throne, bro. It doesn't matter. It's yo, it doesn't matter, bro. It
And
doesn't
look at
matter.
it.
Like
And look at it.
If we take let's say we take the
Coincidentally,
age out.
God,
Hold on, Uncle Sid.
God tells the mother.
Hold on, Uncle
God
Sid. Let's
tells
take
the
the age
mother.
out. Hold on, Uncle Sid. Let's take the age out. Telling a brother that he gonna serve another brother. Like how did that make how we go there? Go ahead, Uncle Sid.
Again, slow down. Isn't it coincidental? Isn't it a good coincidence that God conveniently speaks to the mother in this instance when God usually speaks to the man when establishing a nation? He speaks to the mother and he chooses the one that the mother coincidentally likes the most. Isn't that convenient? I'm just saying. God comes to the mother and tells her the one that she favors is going to rule the other one which she doesn't favor. Which mother favors a child above the other to that extent that she will
Right.
create a narrative justifying her deceit? Because if you continue reading, you would see what the mother does. But again, God comes to the mother in this instance to establish nations, whereas he usually would engage with the father. Why doesn't he come to the father and give that father the same declaration that he gives to the mother? Why does the
So
mother end up deceiving the father?
this another thing. This another thing. Black Hebrews like to say they descendants of Jacob. um Jacob, ben y'all like to say y'all descendants of Jacob, but these is two parents. Two parents. Isaac and Rebecca. Why we got two different kids, two different races of kids? It say one of them had red hair, hairy body. Jacob had smooth skin. So y'all basically saying that y'all parents had a white kid and had y'all. Y'all basically saying the white man is older than y'all. You saying the white man older than y'all. Y'all got the same mama and daddy. So y'all brothers. Esau is your brother. The cracker is your brother.
Hey, didn't Muhammad have them features?
Don't forget that. Yep.
Did Muhammad? Okay.
Yep. I think we living out. The other brother was and Ishmael.
Ishmael, yeah, no. You talking about from Isaac? Yeah, they are brothers, bro. Like they are brothers, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I don't know. I just know they related, bro.
Esau.
Mm.
It say Esau married Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael. Oh, I'm thinking about Ishmael, Isaac, and Jacob. Hold up. The sons. Okay, Ishmael, Isaac, and Jacob, sons of Abraham.
Now he had a lot. He had a lot. Abraham had a lot of kids, bro.
They say Ishmael mama was an Egyptian servant. Ishmael is the patriarch of the Arabs, considered to be a prophet in the Quran. Ishmael's descendants are mainly living in the western Saudi Arabia today. Goddamn Chat GPT can get Pseudo on your ass when you wanted to. All right, let me go back because Esau and who was Esau's daddy? Jalen. Jacob and Esau are the sons of Isaac. Hold up, so it's three Jacobs. It's two Jacobs. It's two different Jacobs, right?
I'm trying to see right now. Hold on.
You had Jacob, Isaac, and Ishmael, and Isaac had a son named Jacob, right?
Hold on.
Josh.
Abraham. So Abraham, yeah, Josh. Yeah. So right now, Abraham had a son named Ishmael, Isaac, Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua.
And I think it said that.
And then Isaac.
Jacob had a son named Isaac. Jacob had a son named Isaac. Had a son named Jacob.
Hold on.
It was two Jacobs. Let me share my screen. I think it's two Jacobs.
So Isaac had two sons, which is Jacob and Esau.
So it's two Jacobs, right? A son and an uncle.
I only see for who? For Isaac?
Because Abraham had a son named Jacob, right?
No, nah, he never had a son named Jacob. I just read them all to you.
What's their name? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Abraham had many sons. Ishmael the oldest, Isaac comes second, Zimran come. So listen what I'm saying. Ishmael, he had him with Hagar. Isaac, he had him with Sarah. Zimran from the third oldest all the way down to the youngest, whose name is Shur. They all have the same mother named Keturah. So there you go. So when you go to Isaac, Isaac had Esau and Jacob. Ishmael had a lot of damn kids.
Oh, so it's only one Jacob.
Only one Jacob.
Okay.
Hold
All
on
right,
real
so
quick.
here,
Hold on,
go to the
wait.
family tree.
I'm trying to see something.
Hey, look at this family tree, bro. Uncle said, look
Nah,
at the
cause
family.
something's not making sense. Cause something's not
Uncle
making
said,
sense, bro.
look at the family tree. Look all the way over there to the look all the way over there to the right. What did it say?
Just a sec.
What did it say right there
All the way to the right.
at the bottom? What did it say right there?
Noah. Lower down.
Yeah, after Noah with the last row, what the last box say?
Unnamed daughter.
Hey, this Wikipedia, this the best you gonna get trying to help your pseudo ass out. And it say
Unnamed daughter.
come on. What they do to that?
Unnamed daughters. Boy.
All right, so we talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. Let me see. Now look at this shit right here.
7 sons.
First daughter.
7 sons.
Second. Uncle said, but then under first daughter, you got Moabites. So they
A whole race.
How the hell you know who the kids is, but not the mama? What they do to that?
Second daughter Amenobites.
So y'all gotta understand when we go into the chronology and try to get the chronology down, we missing this on this row alone right here. Just on this row alone right here. We missing the names of 16 people. On this row alone, we missing the names of 16 people. But we know their kids' names though. We know their kids' names, but we don't know
a
the
whole tribe. The mother of a whole tribe. But that tribe doesn't have a father though. Does the Moabites have a father?
Right.
Do they?
It say it's Lot. The Moabites' father is Lot, but they don't know who the mama is.
Nobody know who Lot's wife is. She got turned to salt. What are we talking about, bro? She got turned to salt. We using her every day, B. Don't disrespect.
But he fathered children with his 2 daughters, right?
Come on,
Oh man, Uncle said, why you brought that up, man? I ain't trying to see all that.
Come on, man.
So that should be there somewhere.
Oh, so it's saying Lot's daughters is the parents of the Moabites and the Ammonites.
So Lot's the father of the Moabite and the Ammonites, and they come through his daughter. Okay.
Because if y'all look at this connection right here, it looked like Lot had sex with his kids.
He did though.
And created the Moabites and the Ammonites. Hey man, say man.
So he has sex with his 2 daughters that come from the same mother,
and he is the same father, yet produce two different tribes. That's impossible. That's impossible. His two daughters would have produced the exact same tribe because their father is the same. Do the Moabites and the Ammonites have babies? No wonder these people are so damn warrior-like.
Hey man, just do your research, man. If it ain't if Google, I mean if Wikipedia don't know the names of these sons, then that shit ain't out there. Cause somebody would have been hit them up. Hey man, look, this the names. You can fill that shit in. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? So this is that powerful bloodline we talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about we ain't supposed to be mixing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of mixing up in there. A whole bunch of mixing. To be a Homo sapien sapien is to be mixed.
Facts. All day facts.
But yeah, man, that was Uncle said what you brought out. You brought out that was
Oh
pretty
man, hold
powerful.
on, wait a minute. Jacob
Go
had
ahead.
2 wives and 2 concubines.
You
Wait,
know
Jake.
he gotta get his freak out.
Hey, y'all want to know? And Jalen, you could fill me in on this, but let's look this up because I don't under you got these you got your favorite rappers or you got all y'all rappers favorite rappers turning into Muslims, and let's just look this up. All right, I Google how many virgins are promised in Islam according to Islamic tradition, particularly Hadith. The number of virgins promised to men in paradise is 72. However, it's important to note that the Quran itself does not explicitly mention this number, and interpretations of the relevant verses can vary. Now, everybody already know to be a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? You follow the Quran and you follow the Hadiths. The same way these Bible believers, they don't just follow the Bible, they follow the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Tanakh, the damn Midrash, and all these other books too to get a background and some more insight. So to be a Muslim, you're gonna follow the Quran and the Hadiths. Now, when the reward, the reward that you get for going to heaven in Islam is to get 72 virgins. Now, Jalen, Uncle said, I'll let y'all, even Josh, I'll let y'all jump in this and give y'all opinion. But what kind of reward is it for you doing good on this earth, for you praising Allah, that you get 72 virgins at the end? What kind of
That
reward is that?
that is a Sunni way of thinking and everything. Like I told you, bro, I've been looking up, the Sufi, mysticism and everything, and they, yeah, bro. I'm gonna just leave it like that. A lot of these brothers that are
Freaky
going,
ass nigga, you a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, you a 69 God. Hey,
I'm not
hey,
playing
hey,
this,
hey,
man.
run for your life.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, but I just don't see what you get out of that, because at the end of the day, yeah, you got these. See, and that's the thing, bro. Like virgins, like we talking about virgins, bro. Okay, we already broke down what virgins mean. You know what I'm saying? Which means maiden. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and this is supposed to be heaven. So you really can't do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really can't do nothing, until like a certain time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is the point? You have all these quote unquote virgin women around you, but you really can't do nothing. Because from what my ideal of heaven is, from all these religious sects, is that you in paradise, but it's like it's limited. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be you. You have to follow certain rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? And this is from my perspective growing up.
Uncle said you got the flow. Or Josh, what's the point of giving you 72 versions in paradise?
72? I thought it
72. Like how much
72 versions, like you
stamina?
say. What's the point when you're not in a physical form? You're in a divine place in a heavenly body where there is no need for sex because there is no need for reproduction. So sex becomes a completely useless concept within that framework. So yeah, it could be 102. It doesn't make no difference.
and I'm gonna say
What's
this
the
right
point of
here.
having what's the point of having 72 versions if you can't pop none of them? You can't hit none of them from the back. You can't get no head. You can't get no top. You don't even have a phallus to get top. How you gonna get top? How you gonna look at her booty? How you gonna look at her booty when she a spirit?
She ain't got no booty. What she gonna do with a booty? Shit.
Hey, hey man, look, man. Look, these all I'm saying is, and if you ask, let me call Jesse.
I'm
Hold
gonna
up.
say this. Hold on, wait a minute,
Go
brothers.
ahead.
If you are going to adopt the Islamic faith, please understand between what you are getting into, bro. Know the difference between a Sunni and a Sufi. When you do your research and you look up the history, then bro,
None of them
then you
want you.
yeah, then
None
you'll
of
know
them
what I'm
want
talking
your
about.
big
Jalen,
ass
And
Jalen,
that's if you
anyway.
want
both
to
of
go
them,
for that.
hey, Jalen, both of them follow the hadiths, bro. Both of them gotta follow
None
the
of them
hadith.
want you. None of them want your Negro ass anyway. Go
Nah,
look
no
at what's
bullshit. No, no,
going
no.
on. Look at what's going on in North Africa when the Muslims, sub-Saharan Muslims, or the Muslims from Chad or Nigeria or these countries reach into North Africa and try to cross over into Europe. They are sold as
Can I
slaves.
ask you
They
a
are
question?
beaten.
Can I ask you
They're
a question real
abused,
quick?
and they're Muslims
All
equally.
right, hold on, Uncle said. Hold on, Uncle said. I'm gonna ask. I got a question for you. You know what I'm saying? We live on my YouTube channel. I sent you the link. You know what I'm saying? But you know when it's this is really the pressure cooker of my panel. You know, so it'd be hard to go against the information. I understand it. But brother Jesse, assalamu alaikum. What is the point? What is the point of having 72 virgins in paradise? What's the point of having 72 virgins in paradise if you can't have sex with them? Y'all don't have a body in paradise. Go ahead, brother.
You know, who's to say that we're not going to have a body in paradise? I think we are going to have a body in paradise. I don't know exactly what our bodies are going to look like. It's believed, and some believe that our bodies will probably be bigger, probably the size similar to what Adam was. But ultimately, I don't have the for sure information on that. But the 72 versions thing, that's the reward for a martyr, and that's the reward for doing something that's very, very courageous.
So you saying according to the Quran, y'all gonna have a body in the paradise?
Yeah.
Well, we got our answer, guys. According to Jesse is saying, according to the Quran, we gonna have a body.
Cool. So I just want to ask this question.
Go ahead, Jalen. Jalen got a question.
Jesse, you said that in heaven we will be bigger. Like, what you mean bigger? Like taller? Like we were? Like Adam was? How tall was
Yeah.
Adam?
So Adam, I believe he was about 60 cubits. So Adam was pretty much like a giant. Now, I'm not for sure. we could just be.
You know what? You know what, Jesse? You know what, Jesse?
But
We gonna chop that up.
We raised bigger.
All right. Hey, click the link when you get home and let's finish this conversation.
All right, that's a bit. Yeah, I give you a call when I have my stuff in front of me and whatnot.
All right, brother.
All right, that's.
Hey, and that's what I was gonna say. They gotta think that they gonna have a body. They gotta think they gonna have a body. Let me look it up.
Oh man.
All right, so I'm
Look,
Googling. Let me share my screen.
look, brother, I'm about to eat real quick. I'm gonna hop right back home.
All right, bet.
Bet.
I'm about to share my screen and I'm gonna ask Google. According to Islam, will you look the same? Islam. According to Islam, no, you will not look the same in heaven as you do on earth. Muslims believe that those entering paradise will resemble the appearance of the prophet Adam at his prime, meaning they will have a youthful, perfect form with no physical flaws, regardless of how they looked in this life. Man, that is a Uncle said when you want to talk about. That's why you be seeing these damn Arabs, man, with the bellies on them. Man, you be seeing these Arabs, man, walking around. Key points about appearance in the Jannah. Hadith narrates states that people in paradise will be raised in the form of Adam. Physical flaws and signs of aging will not exist in heaven. The focus more on inner beauty and spiritual fulfillment than physical beauty. So the focus ain't on physical beauty, but everybody gonna look like they in a prime Adam and Eve with no flaws, youthful, great stamina. So they with sex in heaven. Uncle said. We just now learned something
Yeah,
new.
you got glorified body apparently. You're gonna be strong like a bull. You gonna all the women won't know the difference because you're all gonna look like Adam, but no, well, that's fine.
They say you're gonna be youthful, like a 20-year-old. You're gonna be looking 20 years older, no flaws.
No flaws.
So it's a reason.
Might as well go blow yourself up, guys.
Right. That's what I was getting to. Uncle said they made it that little reward right there for making it to heaven. That makes they trying to get your mind frame and your worries off what's going on right in front of you. Your family members right in front of you. Your kids having kids. The world politics and great music and concerts and football games. They're trying to get your mind off all of this technology, iPhones, iPads.
Need you occupied with the hereafter, spooked out, scared of your own shadow. Then you get dudes like Misery who loses his shit when he realizes he doesn't have a leg to stand up. Completely loses his mind.
Hey, and Uncle said that's why when he first started, I said before you first rebutted him the first time, I said I appreciate you because I know how it is with the name calling. You know what I'm saying? I already know. So
that stuff don't trigger me. Come on, man. Those are at this point I understand it's a hostile escape, right? And there's only one reason for you to resort to that is because you're trying to find a way out. You want me to get loud so you can have an excuse to have the conversation digress. But those are the moments when I'm my most calmest and my most relaxed because I know I got you. So now you're going to do all of that and you're going to still have to get the ass whooping. You can't get away from it. If you're a grown man who doesn't know that the Yucatan is a region, and I wasn't asking you about a specific tribe, you would have had to conclude that within this region are the Mayans. And the Mayans, they have a particular language, a particular culture, a particular script. All this prior to contact with the Europeans. The fact is, we have their script, but to a certain degree, we can't decipher it, although there's work being done. And we know that these people have their own religion, their own practices, their own belief systems. Look up the use of tobacco in the Aztec and Mayan culture. That should be interesting. Now that's nowhere in the Hebrew culture. You know why? Because tobacco doesn't grow in the old world. Tobacco is a new world product. So there's no account for tobacco in the old world. You have burning of frankincense and incense, but you have no use of tobacco, which is something that was given to Europeans by, you guessed it. So now, for you to claim that a fundamental part of the Mayan culture, which is the use of tobacco, also in their ritual practices, I dare you to look it up how they would use tobacco. Then you would understand where the saying, blowing smoke up your ass comes from. Hint, hint. That's nowhere in the old world culture. Nowhere. Because tobacco is not a product used until they encountered it in the New World. So now that alone is indicative of the falseness of your argument. One culture has this as a fundamental aspect, also has aspects of their religion where the other makes no mention of it. So again, post hoc rationalization. This looks like, this sounds like, and you saw his feeble attempt to make the Puerto Rican mountain people into Hebrews. It's post hoc rationalization. Every logical fallacy, his whole narrative. And when I point out logical fallacies, people need to understand it's an indicative of your reasoning being wrong. Your logical premises, your conclusions are flawed because your logic is wrong and your reasoning is therefore wrong. So your conclusions are wrong. When someone points out a logical fallacy,
therefore the conversation will be pseudo.
Yes. We're having a conversation built on a faulty premise. We're engaging with concepts that are not real. It's like me making a claim, well, the clouds, they are all under the water. And now I'm engaging in a discussion and somebody's trying to figure out how can gas molecules exist in a liquid environment when they're the exact same molecules and that they would share and just based on the environment, they would share the same structure, being under the same aspects of the four fundamental forces, right? So how can I have a premise that there are clouds under the water and argue that premise? It is a flawed premise. My reasoning is wrong. There are fundamental aspects about states that I do not understand. And this is, your primary source. He's trying to teach me what a primary source is when he doesn't know what a primary source is. For the Incas and the Aztecs, we have primary sources, a museum full of them. And none of them make a claim to be no type of Hebrew Israelite. Christianity is what they were first introduced to. And that's why the number one religion throughout the Americas, including the Caribbean, is still predominantly Catholicism. My Puerto Rican brother, he's a Catholic. Es un católico. He did his Holy First Communion porque es un boricua. Es parte de su cultura. Es un católico. Sí, hay algunos que se encuentran con otros religiones, pero la mayoría La mayoría
Uncle said,
del
Uncle
país
said,
es
Uncle
católico.
said, let me say this, Uncle said, I think when we get into the science, um, science threatens their God, it threatens their foundation, it threatens their religion, it threatens their belief system, it threatens their values. So
And it's supposed to.
so look, every time you come on a panel, you not like a and Gullah the same way. I need to tell Gullah this too. When you come on a panel, you not like a inviting. You not. It's not. You don't give off an inviting presence because motherfuckers know when they hear your voice or when they see you pop up, they know. Here he go. He don't. He. They can lead the atheist shit out, and they still gonna have a problem with science debunking their God. So it's always gonna be smoke. I'm just letting you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and it's good. The fact that there's smoke is indicative of me walking with a fire extinguisher. You understand? So when they're blowing all that hot air, and I'm walking in with a fire extinguisher, of course everybody's got to get scared. But again, if at the impetus of the discussion, if I can't even get to the point that I can nail him on the Mayan culture, and he loses already that he not even understanding that the Yucatan is a place. And of course, my bad, he would need to be more Mexican to understand what the Yucatan is. And to speak as if being a Taino links him directly to South American cultures is disingenuous and a lie within itself. The Taínos form part of the Caribbean Indians, which are the Arawaks and the Caribs and the Taínos, right? Which are predominant within the islands of the Caribbean, and their link goes all the way down to the Brazilian coast. So if this brother thinks I'm ignorant to the history that I'm part of, I'm in the goddamn Caribbean, bro. I
Man,
live in Swaliga.
hold on. Did you just say the Puerto Ricans go back to the Brazilians and not the Americans?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on.
Early, mig-
All right, hold
early
on.
migration, early migration from the Brazilian coast, right? And they came up the coast and they settled in the Caribbean. But this is you have to understand the migration patterns from these people because the genetic map is also out there. So we can do that at time. We can actually go and trace the genetics of the natives of the Americas.
All right, I'm gonna try to give Misery because I know Misery gonna probably say this. Is it possible that that the people of Brazil, their population, early population, is it possible that they migrated from the Americas?
Yeah, but again, there are two streams of migration pattern from the Native Americans into the Americas, right? And the first one is through the Bering Straits up through Alaska and down into the Americas, right? And all along the west and east coast. And then there's a second migration route through the Pacific Islands into Peru, right? So and eventually those two groups merged and eventually evolved into the different groups that we see all throughout the Americas, right? So yes, migrating to and from the islands, back and forth. This was all part of early migration patterns of the natives of the Americas. The Mayan territory stretched all the way up into the U.S. from all the way down into the Middle America, all the way up into the U.S. So they had vast territories at certain point in time.
All right. right. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Ms. Uncle said, man, I'm sorry, man. Misery gonna do a whole show on you
That's
tomorrow.
all right. That's fine.
Can you give us a little bit of information on the papal bull? We're gonna do a whole show on this, but can you just give us a little
The
insight?
papal bull.
Yeah, about the
You have to understand the establishment of early European. Let's go back to the Moors and their invasion into Europe, in the Spanish Peninsula, and the conquering of that Spanish Peninsula. They held that territory for 700 years, right? The Moorish Empire. Eventually, they were driven out by the Catholic Church, the Pope. And this was in the early 1400s. Of course, at that time, Catholicism had gone to its peak and its death, right? It was the Byzantine Empire that was also part of the Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire. The Roman Empire fell apart, and eventually only the papacy continued to exist because, of course, the Roman Empire, they incorporated Christianity, Catholicism into their cultural system. So there was the Dark Ages in Europe, the fall of the church, and the 700 years of occupation. And in the early 1400s or mid 1400s, the Spanish eventually drove the the Ottomans and the invading Arabs out, pushed them back into North Africa, and of course, all their knowledge and technology stayed behind. You get the advancements of ship building in the early 1400s, and and Columbus's voyage to the Americas, right? So you had that going on, going back and forth to the Americas and trying to get around the peak to get into Africa. Eventually, the Portuguese succeeded in getting into Africa. At the same time, the Spanish was establishing colonies or going back and forth to the Americas. Eventually, the Portuguese, right, want to get into the game, and this starts the wars on the seas between the Spanish and the Portuguese. Both of them under the papal rule. Catholic Church is the governing force. They both have kings and queens in these countries, but both of the kings and queens are subservient to the king, to the Pope. They go to the Pope, and the Pope writes the papal bull, the Age of Discovery. You can go around the world, and the world would be divided into to north and south. Anything south of this line belongs to the Brazilians or to the Portuguese. Anything north of this line belongs to the Spanish, and whatever they find belongs to them, and they can conquer as long as they Catholicize and Christianize the people. This is how the papal bull was written, and it's established the authority of the Spanish and the Portuguese, because they were the first two to engage in all of this age of discovery. Eventually, the English and the Dutch also got involved, and this is what eventually led into the establishment of the Americas and the transatlantic slave trade, and the rest is history. It is between 1400 and 1600 when the Spanish were over here that encounter with the New World, with the Old World diseases, killed off the native people. And because of the Portuguese knowledge of Africa and the Africans,
they decided that the Africans would make a better, would be more suited for the environment and the type of work. And of course, seeing that there's always been contact between old world people via migration and genetics, etc., there are diseases that would not affect the African as much, and it's based on the advice of a Portuguese bishop that the Africans eventually became part of the slave trade.
Man, we gotta do our history, man. We do our history, the right history, everything fall into place. Now I got a question for you, Uncle Seb. We talked about this goddamn me when it first started. I think it was May of last year. You and Uncle Chip, y'all had a powerful conversation. The war in Israel, when we got Iran, Russia, America have no choice now. How you feel about what's going on over there?
This is geopolitics at its finest. It's about strategic positioning and who's allied with who. If you look again, if you would look at a map, if you would look at where Russia, Iran, all these places are in comparison to where Israel is and the rest of the world, you would realize that America needs a strategic partner in that region. The West needs a strategic partner in that region. And they are fueling and using history, biblical history, to fuel this whole initiative. And it's two sides of the same coin, because the Muslims and their approach is just as biblically driven or religious driven as the narrative of the Israelites or of Israel, right? It is a secular country, but it is using a biblical historical narrative, right? Because if it was a genetic narrative or anything like that, they would have to acknowledge that their kinship to the Canaanites. They are Palestinians that decided they were going to exercise another faith. It would be as if the Copts it is the same sort of situation as the Coptics in Egypt. They refuse to be Arabized, so they have no admixture. They remained within the Orthodox religion, isolated themselves. They are the exact same people, but they refuse to adopt Islam, and therefore they didn't Arabize, so they separated themselves. So there's no or little admixture in a cup. Now imagine the rest of the Egyptians deciding that these Copts no longer should live in the country, should not enjoy equal status, can't work, need to move to camps, all because they do not embrace the Muslim religion, right? And that is happening. Churches are being bombed. And this is with people that born, raised their whole generations in this country. The religious tone, and that is being fueled by geopolitics, that's a powder keg, and that is going to explode. Eventually, the proxy players are going to come into direct conflict. Iran is going to get directly involved, which is going to force Russia to get involved. And we know.
Hold up. Uncle said you ain't been keeping up then. You ain't been paying attention, huh?
No, what's going on?
So Iran, I think yesterday, the past 3 weeks, Iran been shooting been Israel up. Iran. Been, and Russia, they finding out they using all of Russia, so they got all Russia weapons. That's They destroyed that little dome that Israel got. Iran was dropping missiles that was going through the dome.
Yeah.
So we got World War. Where we at? We got World War IV. World War IV is right at our eyes. It's going on right now. This whole having a friend, having ally, man, it is so powerful. Like, just think about it in real life. Think about it in real life. You and your friend, y'all get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your friend to snitch on you. You want your friend to be solid. You get caught jam, you go broke, but you've been an upstanding citizen. You've been a real nigga this whole time. So it ain't nothing to call a real friend and get $100. That's the same thing that's going on in war right now. These motherfuckers got friends and they using hey, let me borrow your gun. Wow, I need man, this nigga got this. I need to deal with something. All right, just bring it back or whatever we work out.
Yeah, I'm my own little conspiracy. I keep saying every so often, every 20, 30 years, the cache of bullets, of weapons, of ammunition needs to get replenished. There needs to be a missile dump. All sides need to engage in some kind of combat as for a reason to supply new missiles, a reason to produce more ammo, to come up with new guns. Otherwise, those stockpiles will just sit there and the industry will dry up. If we don't use the bombs, we don't need to make more.
And this the wild thing to me. So you got this situation where America basically is married to Israel. And anytime America want to get out of that divorce, Israel bring up the Holocaust. Go ahead, Uncle Sid. You cheated on me. Remember when you cheated on me? Yo, remember when you cheated on me? Go ahead, Uncle Sid.
Completely disingenuous. Why? What role did America play in Nazi Germany's ascension? How can you hold America, who formed part of the Allied forces, against Germany, responsible and get reparations from America? Is there something else going on that the general public doesn't know about? Why does America feel itself responsible for reparations
because
for
look,
Israel?
Check me out, Uncle said. Now this is talking about a conspiracy theory. This damn near facts. Because when you look at it, the UN, you sanctioning Russia and Iran got the most sanctions. Russia and Iran got the most sanctions. That's why it's really like Russia, Iran, Iraq, those Middle East, Russia, Iran, Iraq. I think it's them. No, Russia, North Korea, and then Iran and Iraq under there. So, and those are all allies. So Russia is taking upon itself as the bad guy. You gonna call me the bad guy? I'll be the bad guy. I'm seeing favoritism. Y'all favoring Israel for some weird ass reason. We'll be the bad guy. So Iran the bad guy with them. North Korea the bad guy with them. But when you look into Israel, they got it's situations where they getting caught developing nuclear weapons and not getting sanctioned. They getting caught shooting United States spy boats, not getting sanctioned. They getting caught taking land and giving a explanation that don't really suffice to why they took their land. So it's
The
really on some.
UN is bullshit.
Go ahead,
The
I'm saying.
UN is a toothless tiger that only bullies countries that the big contributor, which is the US, plays a role. So it is the US and the European, so the Western states use the UN as their stick, and the UN has no impartiality. Israel commits war crimes over and over and over. And no matter how they are quote unquote addressed in the UN, their biggest supporters have veto power. No sanction will hold water. So
It's a reason, and back to this, what I call a fact, but we can call it a conspiracy theory. It's a reason that America can't get rid of Israel. When we was looking at the news 3 months ago, 2 months ago, they were saying, even Kamala said the other day, we withdrew our troops on TikTok, and you got troops watching her saying this in Israel. Well, why are we still over here? So you got it's a reason that America is in bed with them, and we shit out millions and trillions of dollars to them, and every time they fuck up, they just gotta say Holocaust, and everything is good. Like it's a rabbit hole
I'm
that
gonna
that,
send
that
you down a rabbit hole. At the end of World War I, Germany was dead broke and zero. At the point that Hitler rose to power, where did the financing of the Third Reich come from?
it had to come from America. It had to come from the UK, goddamn the damn powers of the Americas. It had to.
Yeah. And if you do a little research, look into a Prescott Bush and his affairs.
Prescott Bush. Let me write that down. And then with the religion part, for them to stronghold out of that war over there in Germany, for them to stronghold religion, take it to the Middle East, and then have it influence all the way to the founding fathers of America. Like that's another crazy point. Because if
No,
you
this is modern history, the founding father. This is all transpiring because of the Zionist movement that demanded a Jewish state, and Britain and England decided that they would give up Palestine. Palestine was given or owned by or bought by the UK from the Ottomans. So this piece of territory was a British colony, and everyone lived in harmony, and it was all good. And then, just like Rwanda, the Belgians control that area. They are up and leaving, and they give the ruling power to the minority, which fueled that whole war. So we're having the same situation pretty much in Palestine uh, and in Israel. For there was no time in history that Jews didn't live there, but there was no need to establish a Jewish state because
They
it
saying
was a territory ran by it was a British colony.
they saying in 2 years. They saying in 2 years it won't be no goddamn Palestine or Lebanon.
That's
Oh yeah,
that's the idea.
they both bombing Lebanon. They say in 2 years it won't be no Palestine or Lebanon. It's how gonna be Israel.
That's the idea. That's the objective. That's the plan. That's the only way they. I mean, and you heard Netanyahu talking about the development on the West Bank and all the stuff they could do with access to the
Uncle
Western Wall.
said, this now we talking. This just what's going on right now. In 50
Yeah.
years, the next 50 years before Netanyahu died, I think they're gonna try to get a hold of Egypt. Now you can tell me if I'm. I think they're gonna try to get across that Suez as far as Israel conquering all that. They trying to expand.
Yeah, they are an expansionist group of people. They want to conquer the whole Levant. They're really trying to establish biblical Israel. They want to push all the way up the whole Levant and hold that whole area, the Golan Heights, all of that. They want all of that area to be what they consider Israel. Again, this was all Palestine and ran by the British. It was a colony. All these people, all Arabs, Muslims, and Jews and Christians, they all lived there side by side in harmony under British rule. It is the point that Britain decide we're going to establish a Jewish state. That's what creates the problem. Because all of a sudden now, we're living here under British rule, and from one day to the next, you decide that the Jews are going to run this whole place. Damn! How is that going to work? And a minority at that point in time.
You going against my Quran?
Yep. There's no way that you expect a Muslim to live under Jewish rule. That was some bullshit. There is no way.
Damn what the Quran call a Muslim, call the Jews liars and thieves and all that. You know the Quran talk crazy about the Jews. Then you go just slip it in the face. And you know they have politics. Uncle said, if you're not a Jew, you can't live over here. If you're not a Jew, you can't drink this water. If you're not a Jew, you can't buy a car.
It's the last legal apartheid state supported by the UN on the planet. So everywhere else, that would be considered apartheid and a human rights violation. Only in Palestine and in Israel is that allowed. Netanyahu is talking about cutting off access of water and food and electricity. That means you have these people completely subjugated.
And you tell the people of Lebanon, Netanyahu tell the people of Lebanon, it's some good people in Lebanon, but y'all need to get out of the way. So we gonna bomb everything that we think Iran and Hezbollah is using y'all little land. So that's basically saying like we about to
Genocide.
we about
Exodus.
to
Get out.
we about to send these missiles at y'all. Y'all just get out the way.
Yeah, Exodus. Movement of your people. Get out the way. We're sending all the Arabs to Egypt.
And if you think about it, if you forcing all those people, if you forcing all the Arabs that way, eventually you gonna have to. Eventually you gonna have conflict with Egypt. That's why I say the goal, the end goal, what he want to do at the end by the end of his time, what he want to do by the end of his time is he want to get to where his shit is like Russia, where he didn't got so much goddamn land and he could just sit back and look at it. Because if you forcing all these people to the border, to the goddamn Suez Canal, all they gonna do is skip the border, go over there to Egypt, go stronger, build stronger resentment. What that's gonna make you do? Go at Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to cross the resistance that is now forming in Egypt. Because these people are going to be refugees in Egypt. They're not Egyptians. And at no point in time will they become Egyptians. So they're always going to be in exile. And what do a people in exile do? They look to get back to where they come from.
We seen what you just told the Lebanese people. We know y'all good people, but get out the way. You gonna tell the Egyptians the same thing. We know y'all good people. We understand, but we doing something. So get out the way. That's the same thing. It's gonna be the same. Watch. Just y'all just pay attention to what I'm saying. Netanyahu, he on the
They're gonna need to have control the Suez Canal. So to do that, they're going to need to conquer at least everything, at least in the border region of it. They're gonna have to push them back, and of course, they're going to need a demilitarized zone. So they're gonna have that buffer. So yeah, they're gonna move all the way into Egypt.
and yeah, I ain't talking about taking over the whole country. I'm talking about bordering it to where it was Egypt today. That shit gonna have some Israel on it.
Yeah. Yep, guaranteed. And they're going to go into Iran and parts of Iraq as well.
Netanyahu is acting like Stalin, you know what I'm saying? And he got America backing him, so he ain't hearing nothing.
Because by proxy, that's America isolating Russia.
Right.
And you see that they're attacking Russia on both sides, right? Israel is encroaching, be creating a threat, always threatening Iran, which is bordering with Russia. They're all up on Russia's backside. And on the other side, they're coming at Ukraine. So they're isolating Russia, right, by coming at it from all sides. If they had gotten to Syria, they would have had Russia pretty much surrounded. So that's why Russia went ham in Syria, because they are not allowing the US to come into their back door. You have to pull up a map and look at it.
You got Netanyahu saying he won't smoke with Syria too. Netanyahu saying he won't smoke. So they trying to hit it from both sides.
Yeah. So, and on the one side, the conflict in the Ukraine is supposed. This is the time they need to attack, because Russia has its hands full with what is going on in the Ukraine. So it doesn't really have the resources to support the initiatives in Iran and in Syria. So if they launch a full-scale attack right now, Russia is weak, because they cannot afford to be fighting on two fronts.
Right. That's gonna be three fronts. If somebody take Russia, that's gonna be three fronts.
No, and they're doing it by proxy. They do not need to defeat Russia. They need to defeat Iran and Syria, because those regimes are both backed by Russia. If they defeat those regimes, they have Russia isolated. Look at it. Russia is next to Syria and Iran. If they get into Iran and Syria and topple those governments, Russia has no allies in our back door. And right now, there's a full-on war in Ukraine, which means Europe is closing in, NATO is closing in from the west. So Russia's being isolated from both strategic sides. That's why they needed to get Belarus and Crimea, so that they could maintain access to the Black Sea.
And I think
This is all strategic warfare.
I think when Putin and Russia already fed up with Putin, so I think when Putin stepped down, or if he get knocked off, you know what I'm saying? You know how they do. Ain't no rules. When Putin stepped down, or when he leaves as leadership of Russia, I think everything is straightened back up. I think what you have is you have these leaders from the other country that's been in a position for so long, and it's like if we've been beefing for 20 years, we ain't gonna never be friends. But if somebody else come in that's unbiased to the personal shit, you know what I'm saying, then it'll be more straight. That's why I think, like I said, Russia beefing with Putin. They trying to split some shit up because of what Putin got going on. He gonna eventually be out of office real soon, within the next 2 years. But I think it'll be better for Russia when Putin stepped down. But if Iran and Iraq and Syria, if they stay on the fuck shit, if they stay not the fuck shit, but the demon time, if they stay on demon time, you know what I'm saying, trying to hold themselves down, then Russia, even when the new regime come in, Russia he gonna have to give in to what they ordering, because they are turn on Russia ass. You know what I'm saying? So Russia in a sticky situation.
Russia tried to conquer Afghanistan, couldn't get into Afghanistan.
Right.
It has close relationships with Iran and Syria because of U.S. embargo on these Islamic type states, right? Again, watch a map. This is all geopolitics, strategic. Russia, regardless of who comes into power, will not allow themselves to get crushed. That's why Putin is staying in power. The moment they lose, the NATO gets to put its missiles in in um in uh, uh, in Ukraine. The moment, the day that Russia would lose influence in Syria and in Iraq, Iran, Russia's done. It will be surrounded by Western allies.
That's
The
why I
only
said,
force it would
Uncle
have.
said, check me out. That's why I said, if the new dude come in, he can say fuck all that shit that Putin had going on. We cool. We wanna get rid of our sanctions. We want to serve our time, and we want to be a good standing. Russia could flip if Putin get out of office. You know what I'm saying? Like they could actually throw up the white flag and say, you know what, we're gonna fall in line. They can do that. And I ain't talking about, without them crumbling, without them still being.
No, like no, that ain't no. This is about superpower conversation. This is about nuclear forces, bro. This is about world power, world control. There's no way that's happening. China, you forget China. You forget North Korea. Nope, that ain't happening.
But Uncle said, this is what I'm saying though. If we looking within the next 10 years, next 20 years, these leaders gonna die. They've been in office too goddamn long.
This has been going on for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 years.
I got you. Now check this out. Now check this out. All of these nations are part of the UN, correct?
Yeah.
Now, with Russia and North Korea being the most penalized, and you got Iraq and Iran under that, with the new regime coming in, it's gonna cross their mind. You know what? We
Do
got
you
our
think these penalties have any effect?
hold up. When these new regimes come in, it's gonna cross their mind. You know, we got all these motherfucking sanctions. We getting taxed. We paying these fines and shit every year.
Who they paying which fines to? Who is Russia paying fines to?
Hold up. We still gonna have our beef, but we gonna fall in line just enough to where we in good standards. As far as we ain't getting sanctioned so goddamn much. That shit taking a toll on these countries, Uncle said.
Okay, I ain't gonna argue with you. Your perspective is from a very American one. I view these things from a world perspective. I understand geopolitics. So you think a country's identity, these people that had this going on for the last 400-500 years, go obviously up and change? Like I'm gonna lose my identity. It ain't happening. This is about strategic world domination. No, especially those countries that were never consider themselves part of Western civilization. They're not gonna do it. This is geopolitics. Like the day Russia they lose, they become servants to the West, yo. This is about imperialism, Western imperialism. Now I'm in the West, so I understand that we paint them as the boogeyman. They are the ones who need sanction. Is it really that? Yeah, I'm in the West, but is that really the case? Did Russia annex Crimea? From whose perspective? See, I've lived in Europe, right? And I've seen how propaganda news is being portrayed. For example, over in America, y'all really think that Clinton and the U.S. strikes had something to do in the war in Sarajevo and Yugoslavia? Like, where, which, America, what, who, what? Oh, they told you all that on TV? There ain't no American strikes over there. Like no American planes.
I'm not sure. Look, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but if we sticking on subject, like I said, I'm not talking about Russia crumbling or falling or none of that. I'm talking about Russia getting in line, getting in good standards with the UN, not getting all these, when the new regime come in, not getting all these sanctions, still having beef with who they having beef with, but falling in line with the UN. That's what I was talking about. Not getting westernized. We ain't talking about America. If they still gonna beef with America, that's still that. Now, when it comes to Russia, brother, Putin, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Putin, they about to knock Putin off. I don't know where you been at, but Putin is not that. They about to knock his ass off. Russia's about to split. It's going down in Russia right now. Russia ain't got no leg to stand on. So we ain't talking about them crumbling. We talking about a new regime coming in and cleaning up the bullshit. I'm saying.
You mean next regime coming in and deciding they're gonna go a full out attack and done with the bullshit?
Nah, I know that's what Russia right now. Russia doing a full out attack by sponsoring Iraq and Hezbollah and all of that, and then going to Ukraine. That's a full out on your whole front. knowing
Our
you got.
perspectives are completely different. Russia, in my opinion, is not the boogeyman.
You say Russia is what?
In my opinion, Russia is not the boogeyman.
Yeah, I never. Who said Russia was the boogeyman? Did you hear that? Did anybody hear that come out of my mouth?
Russia is being attacked on all sides. The Ukraine war is because of the Ukraine joining NATO. That means NATO is going to put its fucking missiles at Russia's border. This is about isolating.
Why is Russia attacking Ukraine? Answer
I'm
that.
done. If you're saying Russia,
don't say you done. Let's have a conversation.
Because the fucking NATO is want to put missiles on my fucking border. I go move in that bitch and push their ass back.
That ain't your country. You mind your business. That ain't your country.
All right.
It's a border for a reason.
I'm talking geopolitics, and you're not having that discussion, bro.
No,
I fully understand what Russia's doing. If you don't get it, then you don't understand why warfare exists. Why did America go to Vietnam? Why did America go to Vietnam?
No, Uncle said you looking at it from a war standpoint.
I understand why the fuck Russia invaded Ukraine. I simply do. If you don't, okay, but I do.
If you understand why Russia invaded Ukraine, then you will also have to understand that Russia is out of line. You trying to act like nigga they did it for a good reason. Nigga they was out of line.
I am doing it. I am Russia. How you telling Russia how to protect their borders?
Brother, that's not your border. You trying to go on the other side of the border. What the hell is you talking about? What the hell is you trying to go on the other side of the border? It's a border.
You know why? Why am I doing it? Why? Tell me why. I'm not asking you to say whether I'm right or wrong. Just tell me why I'm doing it. Why am I invading Ukraine?
You said it 3 times.
I'm Russia. Why am I invading Ukraine?
The conversation is about
why am I invading? What?
The conversation is about right or wrong.
From whose perspective? From whose perspective? From whose perspective? Right or wrong is a perspective. Your good is my bad. What's good for you? Slavery. Slavery was only bad for those enslaved. Slavery was only bad for those enslaved. It is a matter of perspective, right and wrong from whose perspective.
Stop running. It ain't
I'm not running.
Stop running. What is Israel doing right now?
No. Why? Answer the question. I'm on your head. You say Russia is wrong. Russia is wrong. Russia is wrong. From whose perspective?
What is Israel doing right now? Ain't they conquering shit? Ain't they trying to take
invading? They invading.
What did Russia do to Ukraine?
Wait a minute.
Why she contradict yourself? What does Russia do to Ukraine?
Join the fucking NATO.
Huh?
Join NATO.
I said, what is Russia doing to Ukraine? Ain't they invading them?
Ukraine? Why?
Exactly. Cut it out.
Why?
It ain't about the why, Uncle said. It's
about shit. Of course, it's about the fucking why.
That don't even
so
matter.
Russia just decided what Russia. Okay, Wavy. Russia decided for no reason. You know what? Putin was riding his horse bareback and decided, you know what? Fuck it. Let's invade Ukraine just for the fun of it. If that's what you think, Wavy, then yeah, well, whatever. We can't have this discussion.
So
if you don't understand what joining NATO meant, if you cannot know, we're talking about Russia. Every situation is different. No, why are you running out of Ukraine? Why did you haul ass out of Ukraine? What? No. I'm in Ukraine. I didn't catch that fucking plane to Israel. I'm still in Ukraine. I'm not talking about Israel right now. I'm talking about Ukraine. Stop running. Why is Russia invading? Why is Russia invading Ukraine? Why? Why?
You already said that. We talking about
was it you tell me why. You tell me why. You tell me why.
Hold up, stop
you
crying.
tell me why.
Was it right or was it wrong?
No. Answer the question. We going down a rabbit hole. So why is Russia invading Ukraine?
Was it right
why
or was it wrong?
Is Russia invading Ukraine?
Did they have the right to invade Ukraine? Yes or
why
no?
is Russia invading Ukraine?
I'm going to show you contradict yourself. Did they have the right to invade Israel?
Ukraine had a right to join NATO despite its agreement with Russia.
That don't even matter. That's like them bringing
Okay.
Like
so I'm done. I'm done. You cook. I'm done. You cook. You come back on an agreement. You relinquish on an agreement that we had, and you knew that if you joined NATO, I was going to invade your ass.
Was it cool for Russia to invade Ukraine?
I'm not talking about cool. This is geopolitics, bro.
No.
Let's go back to geopolitics.
So it's cool
keep
for
your
Israel.
sanctimonious right or wrong. Let's deal. It's a fucking chess game. It's a chess game. Who's right or wrong in the chess game? Who is right or wrong in the chess game? Who is right and wrong in the chess game? This shit is about imperialism. It's about war and conquest. Who the fuck is right in the game of chess? Who is right in the game of chess?
Hold up. So Netanyahu is doing the right thing by taking over those lands, right? Netanyahu. He doing the same thing Putin doing. Don't contradict yourself.
Did Palestine put missiles on its border from Russia? Or is the invasion of Palestine based on the fact that these people are being oppressed in their own country? We're talking two different things.
Both
of those things. Is that what's going on in Russia and Ukraine?
Uncle said it's about.
Is that the same scenario that is going on in Russia and Ukraine? The answer is simple, no.
Yes.
So what is going on?
Yes.
No, the answer is no. What is happening in Ukraine and Russia? Tell me the history of that situation. Tell me, include Crimea. Tell me the history of that situation. Do you know? Either you know or you don't.
All right, you gonna mute up?
Either you know or you don't.
All right, you're not talking to no goofy. You gonna mute out? Russia is in their feelings because Ukraine joined NATO. We all know this. We don't gotta go back to the 1600s, brother. We don't gotta go back to that. What I'm talking about is it's a border. That means Russia is not Ukraine. Ukraine is not Russia. So when Russia,
you got it, baby, you got it. I'm good. I'm not having the discussion. I'm not having the discussion because it's a pointless discussion.
Stop crying.
I'm not having a who good or who bad. You crying. You crying because you're.
All right, hold up. 1 second. Stop crying. So when Russia invades Ukraine, it's not cool. So when Israel invade Gaza and Palestine, it's not cool. You can't say one is cool because of geopolitics and the other is not cool because of religion. That's your religious phobia talking. Both of them is wrong, brother. Both of them is wrong. One of them ain't right because one of them is right because it's geopolitics. The other is not right because it's religion based. No, brother. When one country invades another country, it's not right. We don't care what the reason is. We don't give a damn by no reason. We don't got to go back to no 1600s, do a history class. We know what's going on. Do your research on what's going on with Russia right now. Do your research on what's going on with Putin. Do your research on what's going on with Netanyahu. Netanyahu is trying to conquer, look like Putin. The USSR, Russia is fed up. That's just a motherfucking history of the facts. So if you can't humbly say, yes, Russia is invading Ukraine, and that is not right. I don't give a fuck what the reason is. Ukraine can have a drone in the sky that say fuck Russia. That don't mean you invade them. That don't mean you invade them goddamn people. Make that make sense. So the same thing is going on in Israel with them invading Iran and Gaza and Palestine and all of that shit, whether it's religious based or war based. We know it's both. Ukraine and Russia ain't religious based, but it's war based. That don't make who said it's right because it's war based. Listen to yourself, Uncle said. Yes, we chess players, we understand the game. But the conversation is if this shit that's going on in Israel is a mass genocide and it's not right, then we got to say the goddamn same thing about Russia and Ukraine. I don't give a damn what a strategy or what type of plan that they got forth or how mad they is because Ukraine playing both sides. I don't give a goddamn. That don't mean you go invade their goddamn country. That's the point. That's the whole goddamn point. It's not about a strategy or none of that. It's about is that rifle. Give me 1 second. But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, man. I'm about to go to heaven. I'm about to get up and I'm about to go. Y'all already know what we call heaven. Heaven is the black woman's womb. So yeah, we about to go to heaven, you know what I'm saying? Josh, I appreciate you tapping in, you know what I'm saying? I know go ahead, Josh, you got the flow.
No, I was gonna say my bad, bro. I've been kind of busy with work lately. I've been missing some shit, but next time you go live, just hit me up. I'm gonna be able to come through.
I got you, big dog. You know it's all good. Hey, hey, everybody hit the link button and like, share, and subscribe. We out of here.